All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you today?
Good morning, Carlos. I am much better now that you're back. Thank you for coming back. It was we did our best yesterday, Carlos, but it's never the same without you. So happy to have you here. I hope you had a good day yesterday.
I did, man. I had a great day yesterday. My brother was doing his defense on his PhD, and man, it was a nice moment. The whole family was there. A lot of us showed up. The whole room was basically packed with his family. So it's good to see that because he found comfort in the people he was looking at, he was presenting. So that was nice. I'm sure he had to be nervous as heck being out there, you know. And but he did awesome. He crushed it. So we had a great time. Eamon, how are you, my friend? Go ahead, Peter.
I'm doing good. The snow melted, so it's back.
The snow melted.
Snow
It
is
was
gone.
a one-day thing. Snow is gone, so I'm feeling good. Today I feel good.
Awesome.
Well,
glad
it's
to hear
important, I think, that we're all feeling good because it's a big day today, Carlos. We have so much going on today. It's like, why is everything always lumped on the same day? It's like things happen, you know. It's feast or famine. It's always that way with things. So we've got earnings out the wazoo. We've got economic events. We've got Fed speakers. We've got everything. We'll get into it, but it's a busy day going on here today.
Yeah, it sounds like it, man. So looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys had a great day yesterday. Let's start with Eamon. Give us an update on what has been happening overnight and how things are setting up for this morning. So we'll start with you, man.
Yeah, quick update. The main pressure right now is coming from the AI space. We know that OpenAI missed expectations, and that's hitting sentiment, and that's kind of weighing on Nasdaq. At the same time, oil is still moving higher. Some of you already might have heard about this. The UAE is leaving OPEC, and this is probably one of more of a long-term story. In the short term, I don't think a lot is going to change. Supply is still tight, so oil is still elevated. On the consumer side, the data was mixed. The headline looked okay, but the details were weaker. So consumer is still a bit fragile. Earnings, UPS showed some pressure on margins, which again points to a softer consumer. Spotify had strong quarter, but it dropped afterwards because the expectations were low. And Coca-Cola, on the other hand, continues to hold up really well, showing a lot of strength, and it's promising. So overall, markets are holding near the highs, but there is pressure, especially from the AI. Now, what can we expect today, or what's happening today? This is probably one of the most important days we've had in a long time. And Peter, if you can move on to the next slide. So everything really builds into two things. The Fed at 2 p.m. and then the big tech earnings after the close. That's what's going to drive the market today. Before that, we've got some important data that's going to come in 20 minutes, I think, at 8:30. ADP, GDP. ADP gives us a read on the jobs, and GDP tells us how strong the economy was before all the recent geopolitical tension. If GDP comes in weak, that would probably be a warning sign. And if it's going to be strong, it will tell you that the economy had momentum coming into this. At 10 a.m., we'll have the core PCE, which is the Fed's preferred inflation number. This one really matters, I think. If it's not going to be hot, the Fed will have less room to cut. If it stays around expectations, then the case for cuts later this year would probably still be alive. And the main event today, or one of the main events, will be at 2 p.m. Eastern, the Fed decision. And more importantly, Powell at 2:30. The decision itself is expected, right? But everything is going to come to whatever he says. The market is listening right now whether the cuts are on the table and how he talks about inflation and the war and any shift in tone and whatever moves the market. After the close will be the best event for today. You know that we've got Microsoft, Alphabet, Meta, Amazon. These four are representing 20% of the S&P. Now, imagine that. Four stocks that are representing 20% of the S&P are going to report earnings. So that will be a lot of volatility. And one small miss is going to change the whole narrative. And I think that's basically short about what's waiting for us today. Peter is probably going to talk about it later in more detail.
I
I
am.
wanted, yep, Peter is leaving it nowhere, and I wanted to talk a little bit about what's happening in the social media.
Social media.
I pick a couple of interesting tweets and a few debates that are going here and there. I think it's interesting sometimes. And one thing is that the UAE spent 58 years in OPEC and they just left. The reason is wild. One of their own partners, Iran, just launched missiles at them. Now think about it. If your partner shoots at you, what do? You say goodbye. I mean, if you survive, right? So they survived. They survived those attacks, and they're like, okay, we're done with you. We are leaving OPEC. Do whatever you want. And probably Peter is going to talk more about how that could affect the market. I just wanted to give you a small update on what's happening now. Another thing, like I was saying, the 20% of the entire S&P. It's reporting tonight. Microsoft, Alphabet, Meta, and Amazon. And we've never, I don't remember that. I personally have never really seen anything at this scale. So tonight can completely shift the whole narrative. And to put, let's stop with that. I think I'm just going ahead of myself. There is a lot on my head, and I want to leave something for the team. Carlos, Peter, what do you think?
No,
I think
hey, awesome. There's a lot going on. So you were on a roll. Keep going, man. But yeah, no, I appreciate that. But go ahead, Peter. You were saying?
I was going to say the same. I think there's a lot going on, as you say, and we're going to get to it piece by piece because like it just doesn't all fit into one bucket. Interestingly, you sort of mentioned AI in passing. AI is having its a questioning moment. The first time anybody's ever said, "Is this really going to be as big as we think?" OpenAI. We talked about this yesterday. Having released some data where their user signups are lower than expected and their revenue didn't hit. Now, this is not publicly traded, so it's not like we could trade them directly, but indirectly, of course, it has a huge impact on all of the biggest moving companies in the market. And we're certainly going to be seeing that impact. I mean, you've got this virtuous circle of AI, right? Where everybody's funding each other, everybody's buying into each other's companies, they're all buying each other's products. And if AI starts to falter, it's it's the weak spot. It sort of sits at the middle of this. It's interesting how NVIDIA, as we all know, is the biggest player, but they're far from the only player, right? Some of these are publicly traded, some are not. The most notable are the biggest two AI engines in OpenAI and Anthropic are not publicly traded, right? Whereas a lot of the surrounding companies are. So here's a good just little picture that shows you who's investing in who's buying services and hardware from each other. I mean, as you can see, it's a I keep trying to avoid the term circle. It's anyways, never mind. If you know what I'm talking about, it's interesting anyways to watch. Well, actually, as interesting, last night I had the opportunity, sort of after the market closed and before I did my webinar at Bearable Traders, I ran downtown and I had a charity event for mental health, Federal Mental Health Week, and I was talking with some senators, some Canadian senators and parliamentarians. And there was one senator in particular. If you're listening out there, I want to give a shout out. I won't mention you by name. I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but but we were talking about AI. And it was fascinating that they're trying to bring a bill before the Senate just to understand, to do a deeper dive into AI. What does it mean? What does it mean to Canadians? What do we need to do to react and manage to it? How do we, manage the laws of this land to make sure that we're not caught flat-footed, because government is notoriously slow at adaptation to these things. And this stuff is moving so fast. I don't know that anybody knows, right? What does it mean? What is it going to mean? Like as I was jokingly saying, right? Because your phone's listening. I love you, AI overlords. Please don't kill me first. So, anyways, that's we'll see where all this goes, guys. It's a wild and wacky world out there where the markets are all-time highs. We got consumer sentiment at all-time lows. We got people leaving, cartels after decades. Changing the energy sector radically. Like, there's so many moving parts. And yet the U.S. stock market just keeps on trundling along, right? Like it's fascinating. Yeah. It's great for trading. That's what's good news.
It sure is, my friends. All right, let's jump into some of these details here. Peter, what is, I know we spoke a little bit what's coming up, but let's look at our U.S. economic calendar, what you have going on there that we should be looking out for today.
There is so much, Carlos. I can't even fit it on the screen. I've never had a day. I got to say, in all the years we've been doing this, I've never had a day where there's so many things like it scrolls right off the screen on me. So we're starting with a whole bunch of 8:30 data, durable goods, building permits, housing starts, retail inventories, all that stuff's coming out at 8:30. Then really our eye needs to turn to this afternoon, as Eamon mentioned, the Fed speaker, right? Powell. This is his last official rate announcement. So this is maybe his swan song as he eventually exits stage left. He's going to be leaving sometime in May. I always forget the date. It's towards the end of May, but as far as I know, I think this is his last one. Actually, I have to go check that. I'm pretty sure this is his last one. So, but and the sentiment right now, actually, we should take a look at this. Let's do this real time here, guys. We're gonna look at you can ignore my car there. Let's look at where the sentiment sits right now. Everybody believes. Oh my goodness, look at this. 100% sentiment that I've never seen that either. That every single data point is saying that the rate is going to stay unchanged. So we were talking about this yesterday. Eamon made a good point, right? The risk is when everybody feels the same way, right? That's usually when things go terribly wrong. If everybody agrees this is what's going to happen, that's usually when something different happens and everybody loses their mind because they're like, that's not what was supposed to happen. So anyways, you know what? This could be a whole pile of nothing at 2 o'clock when the rate comes out. If it's anything other than unchanged, the market's going to lose its mind. So just be very careful if you're in a trade through this afternoon. You could have a huge benefit. You could have a huge push against you again, or if it comes out on target, nothing could happen. But anyways, back to the economic calendar. I said there's just a ton of stuff going on today. So Carlos, we'll start at 8:30. We'll come back in about 13 minutes. We'll let you guys know what all of these numbers look like. And then, this afternoon, guys, be very, very conscious of it if you're trading in the afternoon. 2 o'clock is the rate announcement. As always, 2:30 is the press conference. And that's really important. And I should check while we're here. What's the next rate announcement after this? It's scheduled for, not until June 17th. So that'll be after Powell leaves office. So, this is his last one. Let's see if he wants to go out with some fireworks.
Yeah, see if he goes on with a bang here. I highly doubt he will. He's been,
I don't
again,
think so.
We've seen the progression. He's been very professional and has been, like you look at the first couple of meetings he had towards the end and the middle. I mean, it's just been a whole different Powell and a very professional. Watch what tie color you wear, Powell. And I think it's going to be business as usual today. So, and he stays away from politics, right? He doesn't engage in Trump back and forth things. He's been definitely taking the higher road.
Tries not to,
Tries not to, at least, and not get involved in any of that, poking the bear here back and forth. So, all right, friends, let's jump in, man. So much to look at. Here's our gap list brought to you by tradingterminal.com, friends. There you can find other tools just like this one, scanners, market atlas, simulator, funded account. All that good stuff is on there. And as Peter and Eamon led to us here, it is a lot of green in the screen. SPY is in the green slightly, but so much to look at this morning. that we will dive in shortly. So
And
let's start with our gap. Go ahead, Peter.
This is a big difference from yesterday, Carlos, when we had just like
How
four
was
or
it? Yeah.
five things on the green, and the red list it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Yesterday, we were inundated with stuff on the downside. Today, it's the other way around. But look what happened to the open yesterday, guys. Like, remember, right? We were so red pre-market, and then everything sort of moved higher. The long trade was what people made a lot of money off of at the open. So today, will it be the opposite? Let's find out.
Yeah. Definitely, if you look at the market, we have not lost a little bit of steam, but man, what happened end of March into end of April here, clearly we're slowed down a bit. If you look at this daily, we're just kind of hovering here, seeing what's next after hitting all-time highs. So yeah, that will be interesting as well. All right, friends, let's start here with the first one. We are up RDCA, huge gap up this morning, 63%, as you can see on here. And this is, if I take a closer look, hold on a second, it is a low flow, RDCA, sitting at 5.8 million shares flow. Pre-market action showing you some volume here, up 63%, 512,000 shares traded. Daily, mainly crappy for the most part, not a whole lot happening. But Peter, today they're on a roll this morning.
Yeah, RDAC, Rising Dragon Acquisition Corp. This is a shell company. This is a Chinese-based shell company that has this big, complicated merger that they're trying to make happen. They basically, one of their merger partners agreed to fund a trust account to help support the merger because this thing has been long delayed. They got a 15-month extension. It's all news that frankly we don't care about. This is not tradable, so we can just move on.
Yeah, I agree with C Dekus here. What a name! That sounds like a great name to put on a resume. Yeah, I work for this amazing radical name there. Yeah, Rising Dragon. Yeah. Sound like a Street Fighter
I like it. Rising Dragon
version.
Yeah, sounds good.
Mortal Kombat. Like, what are we doing? Oh man, love it. They are coming with a Street Fighter movie. I'm not sure if you guys saw that. I saw the trailer not so long ago. And hopefully they don't mess this up. We've seen the first. I'm not sure if it's the first version or not. I don't think it is. But these are tough movies to match. Yeah. Go ahead.
Is it a Mortal Kombat 2 you're talking about? The second?
No, it's Street Fighter. Street Fighter. I just saw a trailer. Okay. Yes, they're coming out with one. So hopefully they do right by it. You see the first. They don't do well with these Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter movies, right? Maybe we're holding them to too high of a standard. When they come out, we're like, that's not what it's supposed to be. I'm not sure. So we'll see. RDCA, friends, low flow in play today. I won't have it on my list. I'm going to skip on it. We'll look at the next one here. KALV is next. And these guys looks like a buyout. Pretty flat up top. 24 million shares trade up 38%. Probably nothing to see here, Peter, on this Cal Vista pharmaceutical company.
Yeah, this is a buyout. They're being bought out for $27 a share, all in cash. And as you can see, the price has gone up right below that acquisition price. So yeah, it's not going to move anymore. So the fund's over, nothing more to do.
All right, there it is. Nice to see there, friends. Let's continue on the next one. BE is next. Bloom Energy. We saw this be very active about a week and a half ago. Right in this area, it just kept climbing higher. Did have a nice gap up. Since then, has gone flat, and the volume is still the same, a little bit on the lower side compared to what we like seeing. Today, they're up 17%. Peter, 633,000 shares traded. So, Bloom Energy in play. Is this individual situation, or is this a sector move this morning?
No, they had earnings after the close yesterday. They beat their number and raised their guidance. So they said the Oracle deal is powering them forward, pun intended, because this is an AI power deal. Anyways, they're and Oracle increased their purchase with them to 2.45 gigawatts worth of AI power. So yeah, it's good news for Bloom. That's why they're gapping up. I have never found this to be easily tradable. Carlos, it seems like we're starting the list with a whole bunch of stuff that either is just not even worth the time, or stuff that we know generally doesn't trade all that well. So as I look down the list, we got a whole bunch more that we're going to go through that nothing great out of it. But yeah, anyways, we'll
get to those good ones. Yeah,
we'll get to them. Yeah.
Let's look at the next one here. There's another one that we had a couple of days here this week. Clearly moving higher this morning, again up 16%. hard to borrow. Another low flow ticker at 17. Sorry, this one is at less than a million. Way less than a million. So way down there. Going on their, what is this? Their fifth day of like somewhat action, staying alive here above their $2 price. $2 price that originally started in. So not bad, man. Looks like yesterday had a big day, all the way up to 29.63 is what I'm capturing here, Peter. So not sure if you guys had it on deck, but again, low flow ticker, be very careful.
Look at the price action yesterday. If you actually look at a 5-minute chart for yesterday, you can see what happened. It actually did nothing at the open, and it was only like mid-afternoon that suddenly it took off out of nowhere, and all of this price gain happened within a matter of about 30 minutes. So there seems to be optimism that is like waning and waxing and waning. Anyways, it's coming and going. This is a pot stock, and it's these pot stocks that seem, everybody's thinking that the change in the federal regulations are going to benefit these companies. Again, it's sort of beneficial, right? Because they changed the classification federally. Again, there's a caveat to this, right? It doesn't mean that it's a federally Schedule 3 drug, but it means that the feds have approved it to be a Schedule 3 drug for the states. So, anyways, it's just a strange thing. Bottom line is, I think the market is still trying to figure out how to handle this. Is it going to be, does it mean that marijuana, this reclassification is going to benefit these companies? What can they do with this? It does mean they can operate more freely between states, right? Without the fear of a federal agent or somebody's telling them they're doing something illegal, but it doesn't drastically change their business opportunities. It doesn't mean that there's suddenly more customers, more revenue sources. It just means they can manage the business with presumably less cost and a little more ease. So that's what's got this moving. I am not encouraged from a trading perspective that this is what's going to give us opportunity. Again, this sector, just compared to the tech sector, just never gives us the same glorious moves, in my humble opinion. So interesting, not interesting enough to put money behind.
Isn't Akanda the company that's reporting for bankruptcy? Because it's interesting that it's running this up and it was filing for bankruptcy a few days ago.
Well, they just had a 1 for, it was sort of weird, Eamon. They had a 1 for 4.5 reverse stock split. 4.5. Like, pick 4 or 5. Why 4.5? Anyways, so yeah, they're definitely, their stock, was like 5 times cheaper just a few days ago, and even that, remember, this was now it was a $3 stock before the rise, which means it was prior to that reverse stock split, it was like whatever that makes it, 60-70 cents. So they're definitely trying to restructure to avoid I don't know if it's bankruptcy. I don't see that here, but it's quite possible. Either way, I don't like trading these. It's still a low float at a low price. It's hard to borrow. You can't even trade it short. Lots of reasons for me to stay away from it.
Yeah, it's a no touch for us, man. We'll leave this one alone this morning. All right, let's see what else we got down here, guys. We got some of the good stuff. We do have plenty down there. Let's do one more here, STS X, and then we'll bounce around a little bit. STX this morning, we're up 16%. First one is not a low. BE was not a low flow. It just doesn't trade very well. But this one is 217 million shares flow, and this one we're up 16%. 302,000 shares traded. Very high price tag on the price here, but man, the volume is just so low, and usually when we see that, it amounts to not a great intraday trading action. So although I like the gap up here, they've been doing very well over the last couple of days. The volume is going to be a problem for us unless they get some huge spike that can make it trade better. It's a higher price tag with low volume. It's a no-go for me. Peter, Seagate Technologies doing amazing this morning.
Yeah, I feel like it's the other tech company in the storage space that you could probably name if you were hard pressed, right? The first one being SanDisk, which we know has come to our attention. I mean, maybe this is my perspective, Carlos, but maybe the only other one you could name would be Western Digital. But other than that, like we don't know a lot of these companies. I know Seagate because they sort of were big at a period of time. Doesn't mean they were very tradable. Like you said, they don't trade a lot of volume. They did have earnings after the close yesterday. They had a great quarter. They raised their guidance based on their AI outlook. So using AI still helps propel your stock. You can still move as a result of that. The AI is not dead. It did definitely took a body blow with OpenAI sort of reporting reduced volumes the other day. But other than that, it seems to be on target. So like the news is good. Look at the jump here. I mean, holy crap, it really is up quite a bit, but you say it's going to be hard to, 16% or $93. But it's always hard to trade a $700 stock, right? As soon as you start getting into this price range, no matter what the volume, it's tough. This thing only gets about 3.5 million shares a day on average. Maybe it'll get more today. It's still going to be low. So if you really want to trade the sector, like I was saying, like maybe look at SanDisk. I mean, it's not more affordably priced, frankly, right? I mean, it's $1,000 stock. However, at least it gets significantly more volume, right? On average, it gets about 3 to 4 times the volume that these guys do.
Gotcha. All right, friends. Let's continue here. Nothing on the list yet, guys. I'll update the bottom in a second. For some reason, it's not wanting to update, Peter. I'm not sure why. What I can't remove.
No, it was okay. It was working fine for me yesterday. Did I break it? Maybe I broke it.
No, I don't think you did. I'm not sure it's not updating. All right, let's see here.
Let's see if I can update it. Maybe I've stolen it from you.
Oh, maybe you go to the spreadsheet, right? The Google Doc.
Yeah.
See if it updates for you. Let's clear that out. All right, friends, let's go to the next one. And then from here, we're going to hop around a little bit. I mean, there's a lot of great names down here on our gappers list brought to you by tradingterminal.com. Friends, head over there to see all kinds of fun stuff like this one. I see Nokia continues on this list. I thought they were there before I was off yesterday. It would have been Monday. I believe I saw them there, and they're back at it again today. MU, some other ones, so good stuff. Let's look at this last one here, FCell, and then from there we'll hop over to some of the stuff that might be a little bit more interesting. So FCEL. This morning they're up 12%. The volume sucks. We used to trade this before. Since then, it has not been really tradable. It's been a while since we put it on the list. And the volume just seems very low. It looks like over the last couple of days, so they had some really good action here. This is really, really nice. So good increase in volume, but now things are kind of slowing down. So I'm not a fan of it. How did it trade yesterday, by the way? Let's go back over here. Not so great. Maybe the day before. The day before looks like it was okay. Not even that looks great. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna skip on it, Peter, unless you have something great on it.
No, I mean, we're getting some volume across the board for a lot of these energy companies. We just had a lot of talk on different energy sources. We've long known that that's a problem, right? Energy is an issue for these AI data centers. There have been questions about where they're going to get it from. Obviously, that's given a rise to nuclear energy, and that, where can that be used? And there's been some deals made, some big deals, right, with major partners to say they need to secure energy sources. So Meta and Amazon are two parties that have done so. So we're seeing, F-Cell here, Fuel Cell Energy. We're seeing Bloom Energy. A number of other companies, outside of the nuclear space also getting a rise because they do have deals. I don't see anything specific here to fuel cell. I feel like it's just sort of moving up with the tide here today. We do have some positive sentiment. I think after the big push down that we got in the last 2 days with the concern over AI, it's sort of making a bounce back, right? Remember, we are in a frothy area with AI. So every time it's going to get pushed down, right, you're going to get some news. I don't think we're over with the bad news. It's going to come out occasionally. However, expect it to do this, right, to rebound on a regular basis. So, that again, I like it because it gives me trading opportunity. It just makes a little less certain, though, as to what's going to happen in any given morning.
Yeah, agreed. All right, friends, let's stop here. There's a lot on this list. But again, all these first ones on there, I'm not interested at all. So far, so I'm going to skip on that. Peter, we'll go to you, and anything you like in the gap up this morning that might be catching your attention.
Yeah, well, like I mentioned, the nuclear stocks, Oklo is the one that's sort of at the top of that list. It was a little bit hard to trade yesterday, but I'm still keeping an eye on it just to see what it's going to do. I mean, at least it gets some decent volume, so I I'll just keep an eye on it. I noticed one that we haven't really talked about a lot, but this hangs around on a regular basis is CRML. Carlos, I normally don't like trading the metals company, and because they're tough. Like if you look at this yesterday through the open, it was just horrible. Like it was choppy back and forth, like in a total range. But later in the afternoon, it suddenly got this big drop in a move. So clearly it's moving on news, and it can make moves, but I don't know. Like that's just hard. You got to sit and watch this forever for it to make a move. And I noticed this morning, because of that big drop yesterday afternoon before the close, it's hard to borrow to open the market here this morning. So, but I said, I see it on the gap up list. So, maybe there's a recovery play in it. I mean, in the last 20 minutes, the stocks have moved down. So maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, but other than that, Carlos, nothing that I love on the gap up list so much as gapping down. And that's partly driven by economic data, which maybe we should get to, because the market has started to move down in the last couple of minutes. We have a whole bunch of reporting. Like I mentioned, it's a busy day. So the reporting came out a couple of minutes ago. If you're following it, it's really a mixed bag here, though. Look at these numbers, right? Durable goods, housing starts, positive. Durable goods came out at 0.8% versus 0.4. That's actually seen as very positive. Housing starts, they're up, right? Yeah. However, building permits, which is more forward-looking, right, than housing starts, was down a little bit. So that would imply that we'd have less housing starts in the coming months. Remember, this is March data, though, so we're like 6 weeks behind. And then the trade good balance, not surprisingly, slanted more towards imports. Remember, there was a promise from the administration to increase manufacturing in the U.S. Everybody's completely forgotten that with everything else between the multiple wars, with I guess Venezuela wasn't a war. It was a what did they want to call it? Whatever excuse.
Extraction,
or
whatever. That was 30 seconds.
A military event, whatever you want to call it, and of course the big long-lasting military action or war or whatever that's in Iran, the Epstein files, like everything else. We've completely forgotten about some of the other promises that this administration made, like increasing onshore manufacturing. And this good trades balance shows that it's still increasingly the U.S. is reliant on imports, but it doesn't seem to be affecting. Well, the market outlook, it is affecting, of course, consumers' pocketbooks a little bit, because don't forget, there's that whole tariff thing too, which is still happening out there. Do we even remember that there's tariffs?
I forgot about that, man. There's so much going on.
No kidding. Anyways, so however, the market overall generally is sort of letting this stuff bounce off of it. So as I said, a whole lot of data came out. It's sort of a mixed bag, which really sets the market free to continue on its merry way, I think. I mean, we're still gapping higher. It didn't pull it down such that we went red anywhere. Well, no, that's not true. Actually, the SPY did go red, so it was right on the edge, and it did go just the other side of the close from yesterday. So anyways, I think at the open, well, I won't make a prediction. Actually, we'll see what happens at the open. It's
I wonder how bad these files are. There must be so many high-level people. Doesn't matter what political party, on both sides, because they both had a chance to release. They both haven't released it. It must be so bad that it's just like we can't let them know our politicians are so screwed up and tied into this. Because no party had, Democrats didn't release it, Republicans are not releasing it. How bad is this thing? It can't be that bad, right? I mean, how horrible is it? Just let it go, man. Just release it.
On the bright side, they both agreed on one thing.
What's that? Not releasing it? That's horrible.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
There is one thing that both parties agreed on, not releasing the files.
That's true. That's the only one thing they can possibly agree on, man. We're never gonna see these files. I already see it. It's gonna, by the time they release it, it's gonna be so far out that nobody's really gonna care anymore. Now, what I do want to see though, I want to see all the Democrats that are pushing Republicans to release it, when Democrats come in party in the next couple of years, I want to see them doing the same pressure, right? So I want to see the same pressure from both sides. Keep consistent, my friends. Don't be wishy-washy. Stay aboard, stay afloat, stay the course. I want to see that happen because, man, it's just crazy. I don't think we're ever going to see these files, and not just because Democrats or Republicans. I think it's all of them. They're all corrupt. All right, we might not be here tomorrow after that comment. We'll see what happens. All right, friends.
Again, looking in from the outside as a Canadian looking in, it's just a circus. Like, to me, it just feels,
it's crazy.
It feels farcical that
Yeah.
the U.S., the most powerful nation on earth, is
unbelievable.
Is going through this, and that, anyways.
It's a joke, and again, not just on Republicans only because they're in power now. Both of them. It's a joke on both of them. Yeah. Both of them. Because Democrats had a chance to do it and they didn't, and now they're all acting like they didn't, and now they want to push this guy. Both of you guys are off. Both of them. So I'm not picking on anyone here.
Dangerous territory here.
No, it's not dangerous when you blame both of them.
The
it's dangerous, Peter, only if you're from here, it's only dangerous when you focus on one side, right? When you point to finger to one side, that's when you kind of get dangerous. But we're saying you, as a political group, are screwing the American people, period. No matter what side you're on. This is not good. That's it. There's a scam here going on. You're hiding it. And I think both sides of the field are involved. That's it. And that's why you're not seeing it. You probably will never see it. So I don't see how that could be a dangerous comment,
Well, I see. Even my comment, Haas here, saying Canada's no better. I assume you're. Well, I don't know if you're Canadian or not. I have no idea where you're from, but I
don't live there. I have no idea.
It's not about being better or not. But I think, at least me, I had held the U.S. to a higher standard. You were the world leader. You were supposed to be the shining example of what And anyways, it shows us.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe that.
It's shady. Now, don't get me wrong. Is this still one of the best countries in the world to live in? Come on now. Absolutely. Like, you got to see what's going on in other places. Yes, this sucks and we could be better. We should be better. But is this still one of the greatest places in the world to live? Absolutely. You want to go to my country and be there for, because people go to my country, they go to Punta Cana and they love it. And we got it off this quick. And they love it. But yeah, you went to the resort area. You went to where they're treating you like a king. You go live there and try to get a job and try to survive and feed your family. Yeah. That's a whole different ballgame, right? So just think about that, right?
I think. Anyways, for me, it just seems that I guess the fall from and Melanie saying don't put anything on a pedestal. I think what I had assumed was that the American dream and way was always striving to be better. Never assumed that the U.S. is perfect. That nobody's perfect. Yeah. No nation is perfect. But I thought there was a common desire to let's work to make things better. And I think what Trump and what this environment anyways, and it's not him, he's just surfaced things, I would say in general, is that now politicians seem to be on all sides, like you say, Carlos, seem to be more interested in trying to tear each other down than trying to figure out how to make things better. There doesn't seem to be anybody that cares right now to try and make things better.
Yeah,
like really.
So anyways, polarizing. That's going to get people angry. Yeah.
I know.
No,
that's my perception that it's.
If you really look at the country in an unbiased situation, yes, you could be from one to the left, one to the right. Doesn't matter what side you're on. You got to agree that we could be better in a lot of places. Whether you are left or right doesn't really matter. We could be better, but hopefully we're striving that way. But there it is. That's our political comments this morning. Hopefully we didn't. I don't think we pissed anybody off. Yeah, it's common sense and stuff we're saying, I'm sure so. And we're not picking. No, I think everybody's happy. Hit the thumbs up, guys, if you're happy. We are currently sitting at, what do we look like here? 24 likes. I gotta reset this thing. Friends, I'm having a hard time, so apologies, getting the banner at the bottom updated. I don't know why, so just bear with me. That's yesterday's watch list. For some reason, it is stuck. I can't get it updated, so just bear with me on that there. It is not broken. It is just not working for whatever reason. All right. It could just be Google. Is it Google? Because we use Google for that.
It's not broken. It's just not working. That I think that means it's not broken.
No, I don't know. I think it could be user error. So
all right, it could be that.
It could be user error. So yeah. We got to figure it out. All right,
more
friends.
stocks to look at.
Yeah, let's take a look here. So that's what's gapping up this morning, friends. Let's see what's gapping down. Of this gappers is brought to you by tradingterminal.com. Oh, look at CAR. What is CAR up to? Leading the gap down this morning. I have not taken a look at this. Let's go straight there. Oh, man. Oh, baby. Back to reality. Look at this. Down 18%. Is anybody still holding these swing trades or is it puts or calls? I'm not a big options person. Which is the one that goes down? It's calls, right? No, puts.
Calls would be the up. Yeah, puts.
Yeah. So is anybody doing well with this? What's going on here?
Yeah, I think I think that this was sort of expected. They had earnings this morning, and look, they actually delivered on revenue, but they lost more money than expected. You got to keep in mind, this is a company that's been losing money for a long period of time, and they lost $8.01, $8.01 a share, when the estimate was at $6.82. So again, not a surprise. The whole rise in their stock price had nothing to do with the fundamentals of the company. I think everybody sort of appreciated that. It was all driven by scarcity and supply, and these two controlling shareholders that were sort of driving the price higher and putting a short squeeze on. So now, like you said, Carlos, back to reality. If you look at the price, CAR is it's more or less back to where it should be. I said more or less. I mean, it's arguable as to what the appropriate price is. I guess the market will decide, but $150 is certainly better than $800, but it's not quite the the 105 that it had been trading at in the weeks leading up to the whole crazy increase. So look, I mean, the earnings aren't really a terrible surprise. Everybody was more or less anticipating this. I think it makes sense that the stock is down. Like you said, it is. Well, I see it shortable right now. I don't see many shares. I only have 100,000 shares available to short, but I don't know, like the volume has been so high for so long, but it's been dropping quite drastically. I mean, just last week we were trading, 17, 18 million shares a day as this thing hit a fever pitch. And today or yesterday we only traded 3.7 million shares. So I think the fun is largely over. This is a risky one. You could try and trade this. Again, with the earnings, maybe it'll be in play. I think we've got better stuff, Carlos. I'd be really hesitant to put it on my list. I didn't like it on the way up because I don't like trading things that are going crazy like that. I don't like it much better on the way down.
Yeah, there it is, man. So careful on this one, but it continues to go lower and lower, man. What a drop from the highs here on CAR. So, all right, next on here is going to be Hood. So Hood is interesting. We are gapping down this morning, 11.7, Peter, and I believe you have some information on Hood on what's going on here today.
Well, yeah, they were probably the biggest, of the earnings from last night. Now, earnings, again, today's the big day, right? Like Eamon was saying, tonight is the big night. But yesterday, one of the ones to watch was Robinhood, and there was a lot of expectations. How did they do? And frankly, they missed across the board. They just missed on all numbers, and that has got the market a little concerned. As there were some expectations, they were at least going to hit their numbers, and they really sort of let the market down. I mean, maybe this is because we got to keep in mind they're still a relatively new company, and they might not be as mature or as good at reporting as some others. Like we were talking about Coca-Cola the other day. Boring company. But Eamon, do you remember what the number was? They've raised their dividend something like 40 years in a row? Whatever it was.
Which Robinhood? Hood? Or what are we talking about?
Coca-Cola.
Oh, 64 years.
60 years. So they've
64 years, yeah.
64 years. They've raised their dividend consistently. So, that's a company that's figured out the reporting game, right? They know how to report. They just keep, they set the expectations, at a reasonable level, and they over deliver all the time.
And they always hit it. They always hit it.
Always hit it. Now, Robinhood, I said they probably don't have that maturity in their business and in their finances, and are working because it's always a fine game. It's not easy to balance the expectations of the market with the reality of what you can deliver, and of course manage the business underneath that. So so I understand that there's there's challenges in that. Obviously today they're down a good 11.5% here, almost $9.50. And I think it's definitely in play, Carlos. It looks interesting to me. Already has 3 million shares traded. I think I'm going to watch this. I'm going to put it on my list because we know it can trade when it's in play, and it's definitely in play, not for the right reasons, but it is in play. Is it long term? Robinhood's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. At least I believe it will be. But in the short term, they've disappointed the market.
Yep, they sure have. All right, friends, continue here. So Hood will be on my list. I'm just gonna be doing the list a little more manual today, so I am gonna add that to the list there. So let me just go ahead. Give me 1 second. I'm still trying to work this thing in here. Hood. Okay, adding that to my list. So Hood's the first one actually on my list. I don't have really anything else at the moment. All right, next NTLA in the gap down list this morning. We saw this a couple of days. Since then has been losing a lot of ground, 17 all the way down to 11, and looks like it wants to go lower. So not really having a fun time here, Peter. Who is getting fired from this thing?
If that makes a change. Sorry, I was trying to help with the list here. See if maybe I locked it up or something. I don't know how I would have done that, but anyways, whatever's going on. We've seen this before on the list. Intellia Therapeutics. Again, these biotechs are always tough. In this case, really, it's a secondary. They're offering another 16.7 million shares. Which would be about 15% of their float. They're going to increase the float by about 15%. They're going to be issuing these shares at $10.75 to raise about $180 million. And as you can see, the stock price is moving down to match at $10.75 of the new offering. So I don't like trading secondaries. They just, you sort of know what the target price is. It's hard to trade against them.
Yeah, but agreed. All right, friends, we'll continue here. So I'm going to skip on that one. Not typically one that I like to trade. We'll see what else is on there. We'll look at Wing, and then we'll head over to Peter, see what else is gapping down. Then we'll go to you guys to see what you guys like this morning so far. Wingstop, these guys these guys do got a ticker. Wow, all right. Didn't expect that, but here's Wingstop. They're down 9.8 this morning, 250,000 shares traded. They normally don't get a lot of volume. Look at this day. Look how low the volume is. But gapping down this morning. I assume earnings, Peter, because we never hear from this company.
No, and it's sort of restaurants are always tough to be publicly traded. So usually publicly traded, if you're like swing trading or if you're going long term, wait for a hot restaurant to go public. And then just watch it as it moves up, and then wait. And if you want to short something, it's almost a guaranteed trade when it goes down. There's no guarantee, of course, but I can't think of a single restaurant chain that has not suffered a fall. Maybe the only one in that rough field is Starbucks, that probably hasn't had a huge drop after going public and having a massive increase. And I'm ignoring some of like a McDonald's. To me, almost doesn't count because it's been publicly traded for so long. It never had that huge, massive surge. But think of like Krispy Kreme. Do you remember Krispy Kreme when it was massive in the markets, and it was the hot commodity? I mean, they're still going. I mean, do they still put the hot donut sign? I don't know if that's still a thing. I assume that they do.
I was there a couple of days ago. I did not see the hot donut sign.
No. Remember when people used to
no.
They would turn on the neon hot donut sign, and everybody would like rush in to get the donuts while they were hot. It was a phenomenon for a period of time. Maybe
okay. I'll have to pay more attention when I go next time.
Anyways, and then we had the Planet Hollywood restaurants that went public, and they were big commodity, and Rainforest Cafe and all these things that all have gone public and then faded away. And anyway, so I'm not big on restaurant stocks. Anyways, Wingstop, I said they had earnings. They missed their numbers. They missed their revenue number slightly. They actually did okay bottom line. They did 183.7 million in revenue. They delivered $1.18 in earnings, which is about 16 cents over what they were expected. But their forecast is what's got people concerned. Their forecast is a little lower than anticipated at only 180. Well, their forecast is a little bit lower than expected. So for the next quarter, so we'll see what happens with Wingstop. But yeah, tradable? Nah, I don't think so. I'm not going to pay attention. We talked about it more than we need to.
Yeah, agreed. All right, let's we'll stop here, friends. Here's our gappers. I guess a bunch of stuff on here, but it's not a lot that I like this morning. Obviously I have Hood. I am gonna have either MU or some of the semis. I do see MU in the gap up list this morning, so we'll probably have that once it goes back towards its all-time highs, trying to get there again. Did that 2 days ago, and we'll see him in MU. Just incredible. But Peter, let's go to you first. Anything else you like off this gap down, or just overall anything that we haven't covered yet?
SoFi might be interesting. They did have earnings. They are on the gap down list here. They're gapping down about just under 9%. Was a big volume, 17 million shares traded. SOFI. Their earnings results were okay. But obviously not great. They actually beat their numbers but they met on earnings. They beat on revenue. Guidance was on target. So I don't know. This feels like it's a little bit overdone. Maybe there's just a little bit of sentiment that credit services going forward are going to seeing a little more challenge. But I would think with consumer sentiment being so low, credit services might actually be going up. But anyways, for whatever reason, they're gapping down. I think it's worth watching this morning. So that's one that's on the list. Other than that, from the earnings point of view this morning, we also had, we talked about Avis. A lot of these companies are small or not tradable, right? Small like Garmin and Lemonade. We can't trade those. We don't pay attention. Then you got even big companies like AstraZeneca that had earnings, AZN, which just not tradable. It's surprisingly low volume for a company that size. For whatever reason, they don't trade as well as a lot of their peers in this sector. So General Dynamics, which I expected to get a little bit more focus, had earnings this morning. They really no volume pre-market. They are up 6% on a good earnings, but you would expect that. General Dynamics, right? They benefit from more. So I would think their earnings over the next few quarters are going to be pretty bullish. I was just watching a report this morning, Carlos, that was talking about the U.S. stockpile. I guess it's funny how the world is tracking how many missiles does the U.S. have, and because the Tomahawk missiles and the Patriot missiles, and I guess it's people seem to think they know. I mean, I would have thought that the U.S. wouldn't actually broadcast what their stockpiles are, but people seem to be reporting with a fair amount of confidence. Whether it's accurate or not, I can't say. We
got a couple of military folks in here. We got Mike that used to handle some stuff. We got John. What do these guys have to say? Is that
Dwayne,
public information?
Right? Dwayne as well.
I can't see Mike going on the news press conference. Yeah, we got a couple of here in San Diego base. We got a couple of Tomahawks sitting on the F-35. Yeah, I don't see that. What's happening?
But they were saying that in the war in Iran, over about 1,000 Tomahawk missiles have been fired, and the stockpile was estimated to be at 3,000. So about a third of the U.S.'s supply has already been depleted, and it takes years to replenish those, right? Because you can't just you can't just fire up the factory. They got to hire people and they got to ramp up production, and I guess they weren't ready for this. It's not like they were preparing and stockpiling in advance. So now, that represents something like $8 billion worth of expended Tomahawk missiles. So that whoever makes the Tomahawk, I'm not sure which company makes those, they've got an $8 billion order coming, assuming the U.S. wants to replenish those supplies. So it's one of those where they got to train people. They've got to, work up the factories. It's a lot of work. So General Dynamics, we know that there's a few companies, right? There you got the Northrop Grumman's, you got the General Dynamics, you've got the Lockheed Martin, you got a whole bunch of companies out there that are just licking their lips because they know the money's coming because they got to produce more stuff. So
yeah, I think we never know the truth. Here's Mike. You'd be surprised how quickly something can be built when it's needed. Yeah, I can see that.
Well,
all right,
true, but again, these companies aren't going to ramp up production because they know it's a one time, right? Once they're replenished, unless they think it's a long-term war effort. you know, Mike, I think that's over ambitious to say it takes months, not years. They're not, they can't ramp up that fast, as far as my understanding, anyways. I mean, they could technically, but will they? Not without some financial incentive, right? Because once they're done making it, they're going to have all this leftover production capacity that they can't use, which doesn't make good business sense. So it's interesting how the war effort is somewhat driven by business concerns, but you know, like that's how it goes, right? Unless the U.S. declares a state of emergency, in which, yes, then they could force companies to make expenditures. But it's Canadian thinking versus American thinking. I think that's just economics. But anyways, all right. Well, we can agree to disagree. We'll see what happens. I'll put a bottle of scotch on the line that nobody's quadrupling their production capability just to replenish faster, unless another war breaks out, right? Like, it's just which maybe that's in the cards.
Yeah.
I mean,
we'll see.
Who knows?
We'll see how it goes. All right, friends, we'll get to what you guys like this morning. Again, so far, a lot on the gappers list and not a whole lot that I love here so far, but we will find stuff to trade. We always do. But Eamon, let's get to you, man. I want to see what you got for today. Fun fact stuff for the day, and anything else you want to cover before you head on out of here. And we'll see you again a little bit at 11. But yeah, let's go to that, and then we'll start looking at finalizing this list. And I'm still, as Eamon is doing this, I'm still trying to work on how to get you guys to the list here at the bottom. So hopefully we can get that to you guys. All right.
Yeah, sure. I mean, let's take a small break and go for a fun fact for the day. Like I mentioned, the UAE was in OPEC for 58 years and just left. I mean, not left now. They'll leave 1st of May. Anyway, not because of economics, but because one of their own partners basically attacked them. And that's a reminder that in the markets, alliances look strong until they're not. And the crazy part for tonight is that 20% of the entire S&P is reporting after the close. Microsoft, Google, Meta, Amazon, I mean, all in one go, right? So you've got geopolitical cracks on one side, and 1/5 of the market is going to move on the other. And that's kind of setup that can shift everything so quickly. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen today at 4 p.m. Eastern. I don't always wait for the earnings or market close, but this one I'm literally waiting for. One more thing I want to highlight, today in history. Back in 1992, 29th of April, the LA riot started after a court decision, and within just a few days, you had dozens of people dying, thousands injured, and billions in damage. Why am I saying this? The reason, because it also matters in the market. We always focus on data, earnings, rates, but markets also depend on stability. When stability breaks, everything just gets repriced so quickly. And that's something that the markets keeps relearning over and over again. And right now, and it's a really weird part, is that I don't see a lot of stability going around. There are a lot of things getting broken slowly, but the market is going to all-time highs. So something to pay attention to and to be careful about.
All right. Thank you so much, Eamon. Appreciate you, man. I like these fun facts of the day. Pretty fun, pretty good stuff. So thank you, sir. And we'll see you again towards 11 a.m. We forgot to hop off.
All right, see you at 11. Yep.
Yep, take care, man. We forgot to hop off, Peter, off the chat room. I think we just got disconnected. I completely forgot we were streaming there. But looks like Jared did turn on. Okay, disconnected us and went live there.
He disconnected us a while back.
Okay. Okay, good. All right, excellent. I'm just going to go ahead and turn this off here. But yeah, friends, if you want to see Jared engineering the markets, he starts at 8:30 every day in our chat room over at Bearable Trader. So head on over there so you can see all the fun stuff that is taking place there. All right, friends. What do you guys like this morning? I mean, right now, I found a way to manually do it. It's not ideal. So I got Hood and SoFi on the list there so far this morning. What do you guys like? NM, you on the secondary. What do you guys have on deck this morning? What is on your list? Peter, you mentioned earlier CRML, and it does look very active, 800,000. Are you putting this in your secondary? Oh, you can't short it.
You can't short it. And there's a few of them on here. Like I noticed USAR is on the gap down list. And so we got a couple of these metals type companies that, I guess USAR fell off the bottom of the list, but that are appearing. So, I still, I don't love them, but I just noticed them popping up. So that's sort of interesting. They're gonna go up and down. They're occasionally going to appear. So, if that's a sector that you're interested in, by all means. I think I'm going to focus on the tech, because tech is still the thing that's moving, right? We got the semis that are actually doing fairly well, despite sort of the overall, the way the market looks and what's happening here. With the general sort of gap down, I suppose, on things. We got the semiconductor market that's up. Micron, NVIDIA, Intel, AMD, all gapping higher. We already mentioned SanDisk earlier, for example, right? So this whole sector seems to be moving higher, whereas most of the Magnificent Seven, on the other hand, are actually gapping down, right? Apple, Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Tesla, they're all gapping down so far here this morning. So
yeah, man, this semis is unbelievable. I see NVIDIA hitting their all-time highs. Have not seen that. It looks like a couple of days ago they did that there, and just hovering below it. So yeah, I'm gonna add NVIDIA to the list. MU, the price I think is getting a little bit too difficult to trade up here. Also heading towards their all-time highs as well. I am gonna have it on a secondary. It is MU, but I'm gonna be looking at more of AMD and NVIDIA for sure. I'm back on the list here this morning. So there you have it, friends. All right, let's go to you guys. What else we have? NVTS by Corey, our good buddy Corey in chat. Let's take a look. NVTS. What do we have? Up 4.2, 1.5 million shares trade. This is Nvidia Semiconductor. I just think there's better semiconductors to trade. But don't get me wrong, for the way I trade, I mean, we've seen this one before. It's trading much better. I got to tell you that, right? And you could tell here clearly, increase in volume over the last couple of week or two, maybe 2-3 weeks here. So the increase in volume, some movement, so that's good. And if we look at the daily, like yesterday had a good day. Look at this beautiful drop yesterday, so that's nice. So again, trading much better. I could be wrong on not having it on my list, but I really like NVIDIA. I like AMD a little bit better. But man, Corey, you're not wrong with this one. It is in play. If you have the space, put it on deck. I mean, yesterday was awesome. Look at this drop here, and we do have shares for sure. It is on SSR today. You still can short it, but just gotta make sure you're able to get in on the ask there. So, it was such a beautiful drop. I might add it to my secondary. Because again, semis, this was hot. Was hot, as you mentioned, Peter.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at it from a distance.
All right.
I mean, it was a great drop yesterday. You know what it is, Peter? I'm just hoping that that we're not missing something here. It is a bad ticker compared to what we're used to, but I'm just looking at this. This increase in volume could change things.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean,
maybe.
It has had an increase in volume over the last week or so. So
yeah. So let's see. Secondary, we got the space. If I find something better, I'll knock it down. But let's see. How about Intel? INTC. This is one that no matter how good it looks, I'm just not a great trader of Intel. Always tons of volume. Look at this thing. 4.1 million shares traded. Never a lack of volume on this thing. I just don't know, man. There's something about Intel and me that just don't get along.
I don't blame you. It's one of those that well, I remember you had a trade on it. Was it last week or maybe 2 weeks ago? And it messed with you, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what it does. Like, it looks like it's about to move, and then it doesn't, and then it moves unexpectedly. Like, I just find it hard to read. So anyways, but it keeps sucking us in. Look at it up here at these highs, like we said. It did that pop. It looks like it should be awesome, and I'm very skeptical, so I'm not going to be watching it too closely.
Could be just our strategies, right? We're breakout traders, so maybe our strategies are just not great with Intel. But this thing, man, it's on fire. Look at the daily; it's on fire. It's rocking. If you guys, tons of volume, 4.2 million shares traded over the last couple of days after this gap up. We have more volume. Techs, semis, and OAI stuff is hot, and this is no different. I mean, they're really stepping on the gas here. So I'm gonna put it in a secondary because it is Intel. I know you guys are gonna watch it. I know I'm gonna have to bring it up a couple of times today, so I'm just gonna put it on here. I think it is worth watching. I'm probably not gonna trade it, but on the secondary list just so we can keep an eye on it. I'll update the banner in a second. I found a way to do it manually, but it's very difficult to do it that way. So we'll figure that out a little bit later. All right, let's see Apple. You guys are mentioning Apple this morning. Apple right now, it's we'll be watching it. We'll bring it up. It's a hit or miss. Some days it does this. Like yesterday, it didn't seem that great to me. It seemed pretty bad. And then the day before when we were watching it, and even the day before, look at that. That's not great. But then we had some days where it just does beautiful things. Like it drops, it sells off nicely. But it has some days where it's just brutal. So it's a hit or miss. If you have the space, watch it. I'm going to keep it off the list today. The great thing is I know you guys will be watching some of this stuff. And if you see something great, I know you're going to call it out to me and Peter. And again, that's another great benefit and power of a community. So if you're hanging out here for the first time, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can come back. We're on every single day. And also hit that thumbs up. It really supports us being live here every single morning. So we appreciate that. Go ahead, Peter.
Apple had an upgrade. I mean, so that's something.
Okay.
Anyways, so they had an upgrade. But yeah, I mean, even so, I'm not sure that's going to propel them for today. Bloom Energy, I saw somebody in the room mention. I went back and checked it. They're up 22.5% right now. They did make a good move up in the last 15 minutes or so. So it's it seems to be in play here this morning. Maybe it's worth, it's over 1 million shares now. So maybe it's worth watching.
Yeah, this is another one too that sits under that Intel. Hey, it can be in play, it can trade well, but sometimes a little bit tougher. But I think it's in play. I think it's a good secondary list. This is all-time highs for them. What is not all-time highs? Like if you're not all-time highs, you're doing something wrong with your company. Like something. What are you doing? BYND, what's going on with you, man? 87 cents. You can't sell burgers during this all-time high market. What's something's wrong here. So doing something wrong. Somebody needs to get fired over at BYND. So, all right, let's see, friends. So yeah, I do like this one. We'll put it on the list. So BE, we'll put it on a secondary, and I'm just gonna type it in here, BE, and then we have Oklo. You guys are mentioning Oklo. A lot of you guys putting Oklo. We'll look at PLTR next as well. I know you guys like that one. Oklo. Let's go to the daily. I'm not sure. It's pretty quiet pre-market action. We're up 2.4, 439,000 shares traded. I don't know, Peter. I know you mentioned earlier. Do you like it? I'm on the fence on this one here.
I mentioned it earlier because I just want to keep an eye on it. I honestly don't think it's going to give a trading opportunity, but like you said, it's one of those ones that I sort of feel like I'm afraid of missing out, right? If and when it actually, makes a move. So I'll keep an eye on it, but yeah, the chances are slight that it's going to give us a trading opportunity.
Yeah, John. You almost have to make your burgers out of garbage to not sell them in this market. Me and Peter agree. Like, how can you not sell in this market? I mean, come on. No, and I think it's not their sales team's fault, obviously. The sales team got into McDonald's. We talked about this a couple of days ago. They got into McDonald's. They got into Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, they got everywhere. Like, every big place you could think of, they were in. I think, did they get into Whole Foods? I don't know, but they got into so many places. When they got to McDonald's, like, oh, man, that's it. They're going to blow up. Nope. It was so bad that people are just not spending no time or money on this thing. That's BYND, by the way. Oklo, I'm going to keep it off the list for now, friends. If you guys call and see something great, let me know. Last one but not least, and then we have to go to our community announcements, PLTR. And I know pre-market looks not great. We're pretty much flat a little bit, just down slightly. 1.1 million shares traded. We always get great volume in the pre-market. But pre-market looks horrible. How did it do yesterday? Let's take a look here. Seems rough. Again, without watching the price action, it seems like a rough start. A lot of overlapping on the candles here. And the day before, we had a nice breakout trade right out of the gate. So it's a hit or miss. I do like the way the daily is forming here. We're back at this level of support. So that could be interesting. If we start losing some ground here, that could be nice. And we got some room to run down towards that 135 area there. And then towards the 130 if it does want to be weak. So I do like that part of it. Secondary. And that's probably all I could add for now. All right, friends. We can always head over to barewoodtraders.com. Something that always looks good is going to be this webinars page where you can see everything that's taking place in our community. Today is a beautiful Wednesday. Wednesday today? It is Wednesday.
Wisdom Wednesday.
Wisdom Wednesday. And you can see what's happening this morning.
Yeah. So I was proud to have delivered the webinar last night at Bear Bull Traders. We talked about the 1 to 10 trade, which was one I take towards the close. And I actually had a number of follow-up questions this morning from a few people that attended. So I always appreciate that. It shows that they were listening, and it was it was of interest to them. So that was great. And then tonight we've got our Wisdom Wednesday Psychology webinar. Mike and John are teaming up, and they're going to talk about how to get the appropriate trading mindset and how you can set up a support network. You need a community of people around you. Sort of the old expression, it takes a village. And really, you want, this is such a lonely thing, right, Carlos? I mean, I'm happy to have you here with me this morning so we can talk together, and we do this every morning, but it's good to have a big community around you. The Bear Bull Trading community gives you that all day. I mean, it's good to have all of you guys out on YouTube here as well, right? We talk back and forth with the chat, and we're able to, share information. You guys let us know trades that are working. We share sort of our trades that we're working on with you as well. So if you want to be able to do that all day, the Bear Bull Trading community is the place to go for you. Tonight, if you're an elite member, you can attend that psychology webinar. We're going to talk about how you can build that effectively and then put it to use in your trading plan, because having that support is, should be part of your plan. And if you want to join, again, all you have to do is go to the website, bearbulltraders.com, and you can look up the different membership options. You have to be an elite member, which means either the monthly or the annual to be able to access all of the webinars. But if you just want to get to the chat room, use the intro offer for a week. See what it's like. See if it's the community for you. So that's the place to go. Carlos, we've got we got about 16 minutes here before the market opens. So we got a little bit of time. Yeah, as always, you do a better job of staying on schedule than I do. I can mention at the same time, I saw you put it up there on the screen briefly, Carlos. We do have our Peak Capital Boot Camp that's going to be starting. I know we're starting to get some questions about the camp as people are thinking last minute, do I want to join or not? It starts in just over a week as we go the beginning, or just under a week. It starts in May. When does it start? It starts very soon anyways. And that boot camp is now if you join the boot camp, you don't have to go into the one that starts in a week. You can go into the fall course, or even the first course in 2027, which will start in January. I can't believe we're talking about 2027. However, it's coming. So we only do it 3 times a year. But this boot camp is an intensive 13-week course that really helps you focus on building your trading skills. We help you develop a trade book. We focus on what does it look like to work through that trade book and build a strategy from scratch. How do you mature in your trading journey? There's so many people out there that say, look, I really want to make this work, I just don't have the structure. Well, this will help you build that structure, and that's what the boot camp's all about. So we don't recommend it for people that are, if you've just started trading, if this is like your very first time you're listening to us, maybe you could think about the fall boot camp. That would be a great time for you. Don't start in a week. If you have been trading for a couple of months and you're like, now I'm ready to sort of figure out how to put some maturity, some meat on the bones, then absolutely, consider it. If you sign up using the link here at Bear Bull Traders, you get the P Capital Boot Camp, and you get a 1-year elite membership to the chat room as well. So, and that's for the same price as the boot camp alone if you go to P Capital Trading. So you get a discount if you go through Bear Bull Traders. That's the one on the right there, the $29.99 deal. If you're really ready to commit for a long period of time, you can get the boot camp bundled with a lifetime membership to Bear Bull Traders, and that's the $49.99. But either way, pick the package that's right for you. There's huge value in it. Just ask anybody who's attended. They always find that it really helped them in their journey and helped them put them on the right path. So with that, let's get to setting some levels. Carlos, I noticed you got the list working. The watch list is working now. That's good.
Yeah, but I'm doing it manually, so I have to go through Remix.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not an easy process. Yeah, I'm actually gonna update it now. It's a lot more manual than what I would like. But yeah, friends, I'm just gonna update this here. So right now we have Hood, SoFi. I do have NVDA. I thought we had another one in the main list, but maybe not. What else do we have on there?
I mean, I always like Tesla.
Yeah, we'll put Tesla there. Actually, it's a good one. We'll put Tesla there. So there it is. Hood, SoFi, NVIDIA, Tesla. And we can always update things as we go forward. On my secondary list. Go ahead, Peter.
The other one we've been watching, Carlos, this morning, although it is a nicey stock, is this Bloom Energy, right? Because it's just running like gangbusters here. Tons of volume. Well, good volume. 1.2 million shares.
Yeah.
It's up 25%. SoFi is the other one, by the way, that I'm looking at, just because it's got so much volume. It's sort of weird. It's got 20 million shares traded already this morning. So again, had earnings. So it's in play. It's not moving a lot directionally, but it's definitely getting volume.
Yeah. All right, here we go, friends. Let's get some levels in place. We got Hood. We'll start there. Man, what a drop here on Hood. So this is very, very nice. And I like the way Hood trades when it's active. It can trade very, very good for us here. So down 12%. 4.1 million shares traded off of earnings, not doing so hot this morning. So here it is, high of the pre-market last night actually with earnings. 74.80 is the high of the pre-market. The low is being created right now. You see the drop here on the pre-market session at 71.50. We'll put a level there just in case, but looks like it wants to go lower. Let's see if it can find some support. What I like about that level, though, I'm probably going to keep it, even if we get a newer low. Look at the daily, where we're getting a lot of touches right at that 71.50. Will not be surprised if we start getting a bounce right from this area. This looks very, very good. Towards the bottom here, the next level is going to be 69.10. We'll slam one there, and then over here 68.05 if we really want to get fancy and head lower. Towards the top, clearly highs and lows of the last two trading days all the way to from 80 to 84. And then right in here, there's a level there, 78.81, and over here we have 76.79. I think once you do that, you are pretty much set. I don't want to add too many levels. I don't like doing that, but this level you cannot miss. I mean, it's just like Andrew will say, who is in chat, by the way. Good morning, Andrew. Is grabbing you by the face, and it really is. This level here is going to be 73.58. I'm going to put a level there as well as between the highs and lows of the pre-market. I think it's worth having there this morning. So there's Hood, guys. Tons of levels, but again, we got a lot of movement. I want to capture all the good levels that are showing up here. SoFi also with a big down day today, down 9.5 this morning, 20 million shares traded. Tons of volume in the pre-market. That's almost a third of what they do for the entire day already in the pre-market. So that is really nice. 16.43 is the low of the pre-market. The high is going to be over at 18.90. That's already marked for you by the highs and lows of the last two trading days. You can see right on there, just smacked right to the T there. So don't got to worry too much about that. Below the low of the pre-market, we have 16 right on the dot there. And then towards the bottom, 15.47 just in case. With this big gap down, there's plenty of levels on the daily within here that we want to capture. So the first one is going to be right over here. A lot of touches around 17.36 here. So you want to mark that for sure. And then we have another level towards the top here around 18.04. Also a couple of days slamming into that as well, support and resistance. You definitely want to have that there. And then once you do that, guys, towards the top, you're set. I mean, plenty of levels. Do not need to add anything else. My next one's going to be NVIDIA. NVIDIA, man, look how beautiful this is. As far as levels, you don't got to do much. Just maybe the low of the pre-market. That is 212.01. So we'll put a level there. Once you do that, you're pretty set. Maybe the high of the pre-market. But you're sitting here at all-time high, so there's nothing above here. Highs and lows for the last two trading days. Got majority of the levels covered nearby. The only thing we'll be looking at is just a market atlas to see if there's anything else that these levels are not catching. Market atlas, which shows the supply and demand, and we can take advantage of that there on NVIDIA, man. But finally, because NVIDIA was stuck. Like, it's just, it hit its all-time highs, and then all the way from November to like April, it did nothing. Like, not that it did nothing, but you know what I'm saying. It just kind of went on this sideways, a little bit of a dip here with the war and everything else, and huge recovery, but it really got stuck after it hit its recent all-time highs back in October. And here we are. This momentum has really pushed things higher, and NVIDIA is not staying behind for this play here. So pretty good stuff in NVIDIA. We'll have it on deck. Love the way this thing is looking this morning. And the next one is going to be, and the last one on my primary, is Tesla, right? So Tesla, again, stuck between the highs and lows of the last two trading days. I got to zoom in here to see what's happening. It's really just smack in the middle here of the highs and lows for the last two trading days. And there's really not a whole lot of movement. Even the volume is actually a little bit lighter on Tesla. So if it wasn't Tesla, if it wasn't a stock that we know can trade very well, this would not be on the list today. Like, this really not in play. But it is Tesla. We know it can. That all can change once that bell rings in just under 7 minutes here, friends. So we'll see how under 8 minutes. Excuse me. We'll see how it goes. 375.41 is the low of the pre-market, and 377.67 is the high. That's all I'm marking down, keeping it nice and simple because there's plenty of stuff here. Look how congested this is, with the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, right? Covering this area here where we've been just going sideways for the most part. So that's it on my list, Peter. What is our team watching today as we get ready for this market open?
Yeah, our mods are starting to get their lists together. As we see our live traders with Andrew is going to be watching Micron, NVIDIA, AMD. So he's got a lot of semis on here. Tesla, Starbucks, and Robinhood. We didn't really talk about Starbucks. I really hate trading it, so maybe that's why I had a mental block. I don't want to talk about it. I can't trade it. It really just doesn't trade well for me.
I must have missed it. Is Starbucks earnings last night?
Starbucks is on it because they have, but I thought it was yesterday was the earnings day for them. So yeah, we're a little bit behind on that. They had earnings yesterday, and it looks like they raised their guidance going forward. So I guess that's why they're gapping higher here this morning. But I don't know. I just don't like trading it. So anyways, they are gapping up on earnings, but not a fine target for me. But anyways, Andrew put it on his list, so he's going to be watching that. He's also going to be watching SoFi. Mike has got Micron and NVIDIA, so just sticking with the semiconductors there. Brian is watching a lot of the same. He hasn't posted his list, but I know right now he's actively looking at SoFi and Robinhood, and he's also mentioned NVIDIA. So for some, so you got to expect the usuals. For me, well, I've already mentioned, I'm going to watch the usuals in NVIDIA and Tesla. I'm also going to keep an eye on Robinhood, BE, Bloom Energy, SoFi, and Oklo. So that's what my list consists of this morning, Carlos.
Yeah, there it is, friends. All right, I got I have B in the secondary, guys. I know you guys like that one. We'll keep an eye on it. It is up 22%. That is awesome. That is just insane, man. What a market. What a market. So here we are. All right, let's we are set. Levels are set. Let's get ready for the market open. I'm going to bring up here my market atlas by tradingterminal.com. Friends, head over there. It is an amazing tool. So we'll get that going. So we'll do that. Here it is, market atlas. And yeah, guys, let's see what the day brings.
Okay.
BE got to go down, right?
Was left open. You gotta go down. I don't know.
I don't know.
It could pop. The energy's in it right now. It is a nicey stock, so
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it feels likely that it would go down. This feels a little overdone. I mean, the news wasn't that great on Bloom Energy for it to be up this far, but I don't know.
What does everyone think?
I'm gonna go check on that garage door.
Yeah, go ahead, do that.
Check. I'll be right back.
Well, Peter does that, friends. Let me know what you guys think. Does BE have to go down? What do you guys bet on this one? Let's do a BBT poly market bet. We could. Can we do
poly
that?
Market bet. I like.
We should do,
you do
a train terminal. Yeah, go ahead, Peter. We should do a train terminal poly market bet. Can we? I gotta talk to Andrew. That'd be fun. And nothing crazy. It's like $1, and things like this one. I think that'd be cool. Is there any restrictions that we can't do that? We should look into that. I think that'll be fun. But let's see. Put yes or no in chat if you think BE is going to go down at the market open. I want to see what the feel is within traders in the community. So if you think BE is going down, just put down. If it's going up, just put up. I want to see a quick update. Let's see what we got here. Yes, no, it's going down. I should have put down. That's better. Down. Arrows down. Oh, everybody thinks going down. Up. Okay, it's a lot more downs. Okay, more ups. Mental Games is up, down, up. This is very mixed, guys. Down. This is very mixed. So that kind of tells you a lot. Down. BE a meme. I don't think this is a meme. This is not like car for sure. I don't think this is that. Spike up and then down. Range stay till 2 p.m. So that's Mike's intake there. Down, up, down. See, guys are very mixed. Many, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to trade the price action no matter what it decides to do. But it's nice to see what you think. I think down too. I'll be honest. I think there'll be an initial profit taken. I mean, if you're sitting here up 22%, I always think like there's a lot of people that probably want to take money off, and there's probably less people that want to get in at this time. Again, just predictions, not really what we're going to. We're not going to trade it that way. We're going to trade the price action, and that's it. But I always think like that when I see something gapping up so big. After recent gap up, I feel like there's always going to be some profit taken at first, and then we'll see how it goes. But nevertheless, I have it on a secondary, heavily in play today. Nicey ticker, so usually the volume comes in minute 2. But let's see if BE surprised us this morning with such a big up move today. Look at that. Hood did hold on to that 71. Let's get our charts ready here. 5 minute, 1 minute. Hood did hold on to that 71 50-ish area. It is bouncing back from there. We are down 12% on it, 4.7 million shares traded. So that is very nice. SoFi not doing a whole lot right now. NVIDIA going red nicely this couple of minutes here. And then Tesla pretty much flat right now. All right, that is our list so far. Friends, if you haven't done so, less than a minute and a half to the market open. Hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We're sitting at 279 likes. That is awesome. Thank you for your support there. 400 is our goal. Once we get there, we're extremely happy. So help us get there. Just need a couple of you guys to trip over the button, hit the button. I'll do it myself, 285. And again, really, really highly appreciate it. So,
well, that was fun.
Well, what happened to your garage?
I just remembered that I left the garage door open, so I went out there to close it, and there was a rabbit in the garage. These rabbits, man, they're everywhere. They're multiplying like rabbits.
Like rabbits would do. Yeah.
There was a rabbit. My wife sent a picture the other day of a rabbit like sitting at our front door. Like, what are you doing? You ringing the doorbell? What, you coming in? Anyways, there's a rabbit in the garage, but of course, when you go to try and chase a rabbit out, it was so scared it ran under my car, and then I had to try and get it out. So it kept going into the corner instead of like go out the door. I just want I can't close the garage with you sitting in there. Anyways. Okay, let's go. The market's in 25 seconds here.
Yes.
I think I don't know. I don't know what's going to move today. I've got my eye. I'm not going to trade anything right at the open. I don't have any open setups. Yesterday, NVIDIA was my one loss, and my platform wasn't set up properly, but I ended up having a good day. We traded live, Carlos, with people, so kept the faith. I actually took 3 different trades, ended up green on the day, so that was good. Here we go with the open.
Oh, man, that's good. It's looking like an exciting day yesterday. Hope it continues here. All right, MU. Doing some stuff. Look at the action on MU,
Intel
guys.
Shooting higher at the open.
Oh, this is awesome. All right, let's
PLTR is dropping. Bloom Energy doing nothing. The volume hasn't come in yet. If anybody's watching Bloom Energy, I don't know which way it's going to go, but again, it's a nicey stock. Wait for that volume. Again, you'll know it. You'll recognize it when it hits.
Yeah. Wow. MU's on. Look, what in the world? MU is untradeable, man. Oh, it's getting very difficult.
Look at that. That's a $5 move, Carlos. I just watched it in about 2 seconds. That was crazy.
That was wild. All right, let's see here. And spread for the price that it is, spread is not bad. Spread staying within 84 cents is the highest I seen.
There it is.
60. So
there it is. There's the volume in Bloom Energy. Like I said, you'd recognize it. 600,000 shares. In a fraction of a second. Look at that.
Energy. Nicey ticker. So, yeah.
Yep.
PLTR. It's a lot moving, guys. Patience. Sweet, man. Made $300 on STX already. Those are nice when you get them nice and quickly.
STX. That's on the pop higher. Okay.
Very nice. Wow, spread is $3 at times, $3.66. Yeah. Ooh. Just careful, guys. Careful on that one. Good job, Walden, by getting that quickly. SPY's showing a little bit of weakness right now. BE just holding on here, not doing a whole lot at the moment. Intel. Oh, Intel has a nice 1 minute engulfing. That looks interesting. Bouncing off though quickly. Didn't last long.
Yeah.
Didn't last long. Pushed right up. That was very short-lived.
Today's the move on NVIDIA that I was hoping was going to have happened yesterday.
Who are?
Oh,
Maybe we're.
fingers.
Who are all these people?
Doesn't look good.
What is this? Okay. We'll figure out what that's about. And here we are. Trading terminal. What do we got going on? So Intel. I'm looking at Intel right now. Intel possible breakout here. 1 minute ORB. Level 2 showing a lot of orders up at 88. Yeah, just, you know what? Intel's a funny trader.
Loaded. What is happening?
Hood friends losing some ground here. I like the rejection on the 5 minute there, the selling pressure. Let's take a look on how it shows.
Funny, Brian was trading Hood. He was trying to get a rising devil. He went short, but got out of it because he didn't like the way it was looking. And that was right before it dropped. So he missed that opportunity. Man. I'm watching Tesla here. Tesla's got a lot of downside orders, but it's really choppy. Tesla looks like, based on the Atlas, that it wants to go lower, but just look how it's bouncing around here. Look at all these big wicks, overlapping candles. It's not looking great.
Tesla.
Boy, NVIDIA's weak this morning. See, why couldn't NVIDIA have been weak yesterday when I was trying to short it? That's what I was looking for.
Let's see. Tesla looks like right here.
Apple pushing higher a little bit. We got a mix, eh? Like Intel's moving higher, Apple's moving higher, but we've got NVIDIA and AMD moving lower. PLTR and Oklo also moving lower. Meanwhile, you got Bloom Energy that's not really doing much of anything. It popped up once that volume came in, but that volume dropped off very quickly. And
not seeing anything I like yet, friends. Let's look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA could be interesting. Let's see. So I got NVIDIA's here, moving lower, trying to get back to the VWAP. We're coming up on 5 minutes now, so I'm looking for any 5 minute ORB breakouts or breakdowns. NVIDIA might have something going here. We do have tons of orders at 210. And I don't see anything else to the upside. So it definitely looks more bearish. If I can get a good entry, I probably would take this short for a 5 minute ORB. We love 211, but I think we might be dropping it here. I don't want to chase it though. All the signals are saying this is dropping. Come on. Pull up. Give me a good entry. Let's see if it can. Want something within here, 20, 60, 40 within this area will be awesome. Higher will be great, but again, let's not be greedy. But something within this area here would be a great entry for the push down, for the breakdown, and then to get to this market atlas. We're showing 209, 210 actually, with a couple of orders there. All right, let's see. I want to see this pattern up and then down with the pressure.
Drop on Tesla.
The break. All right, it's doing good. Excellent. That's exactly what we want. Now let's see the sales come in here. This looks good. It gives a good risk to reward.
Which one are you looking at?
I'm looking at NVIDIA, man. I'm looking for we're getting the pullback now. Let's see if there's actually a pullback, or if it's, don't jump in yet. I'm not jumping in yet. Or if it's actually a breakthrough. I think it's a pullback as of right now. And I'm going to look for a chance to get in short where I can here. Just want to make sure that we are actually getting the selling pressure we need to go lower. Okay.
Andrew's trying to go long on Micron.
Micro's trading. Did it come down a little bit, man? That was
It
wild. It did. Okay.
It did. It's moving back up now, so we'll see if it can hold this. But yeah, I mean, when you get a stock at that price, once you start getting up over, you know, $400, so what is it, 500 and something right now? It's you know, I just find it's you know, it's a tough mover because the spread is huge. Yeah, the spread's like 80 cents. You know, that makes it tough to trade.
Yeah. All right, I'm in here. I'm short NVIDIA for the possible breakdown. I probably got in a little too early. But let's see. I wanted to get a good entry for the short if we are going to sell off. So I'm anticipating the 5-minute ORB. I should technically want to see a red candles confirm that, hey, we are moving lower. So even if you get in this area, it's a better entry than what I am getting in right now. But I'm hoping that we can get the selling pressure back to 210 would be the idea. Stop loss above the VWAP, so we can give it up to maybe $1, 12.40. So we'll give it $1 and we can see if we can get something out of this. So let's see. We got tons of order. Atlas still looks very bearish to me. So that's part of the decision plan too here. Like 210 will be incredible if we can get down there. And 209.30. And then this, we start hitting our goals here for this trade, right? So this is good, but this is where we want to be at 209. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. All right. So NVIDIA, huge order at 220. Yeah, but 220 is really far out, right? Like if you look at 220, you know, that's really out of the picture here. So eventually it can get there. Again, nothing's guaranteed, right? This thing can shoot up and be a reversal heading back the other way. But if you look at the closer picture on Atlas, I'm looking more towards that 210 here. So let's see. Let's see what takes place. All right. So Tesla's doing its thing.
Mixed bag of orders there. Hard to tell.
SoFi. Oh, SoFi.
Looks like maybe it's going to break down here now.
Yeah. Oh, man. SoFi did the same move up as NVIDIA, but it looks much better. And Atlas looks nice. Looks like it's going to drop there. So we'll see. SoFi is going to go. That's all right. We took our bet on NVIDIA. See if it's going to pay off. How about Hood? Oh, that is brutal. That is just nasty.
Yeah.
Ouch. Ugly.
Some big overlapping trading, which, you know, we don't like to see because it doesn't give us. Again, I like Bloom Energy potentially for a breakdown here. I just don't like the price action that's led up to it. So it doesn't give me a lot of confidence. And the spread is going between 60 cents and $1.40. So that's just a little too risky for me.
Yeah. Our stop here, guys, at 212.40. So let's hope that the VR does its job and push things lower. Let's see if I can get
Yeah, see, I think Bloom Energy is actually going to go down, but it's just the spread is too big, unfortunately, for me to get into it, which is a shame. Because look at that. Had the call on it, just couldn't manage the risk.
I can try to find
That's the decision I made. Again, I made the decision to stay out because of the risk, so can't be angry about that now, right?
No, can't, man. I'm gonna bring this up. I'm not sure if these are, because I have not been listening to what Andrew's doing. So I'm bringing this up. I'm not sure if these are for today or if this part of the list updating. So these are the live trades from the chat room. I don't know if that's for today though. Because the spreadsheet's acting.
Because
it's not for today.
PLTR price has not been at 143 all day, so that's not.
Yeah,
today.
So that's not updating. All right, so we'll figure this out today.
He's been trading Micron.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Where is? Here. We can.
All right, let's see here. Atlas on NVIDIA. looks great. 210 is looking even better now, guys. Look at that. We went from was it like 10,000 or something to 84,000 shares down here. So as far as orders, it looks definitely more bearish this morning. So let's see if that can pull off. Not that there's nothing towards the top. We got a couple, but as far as strength, definitely looks more on the short side. So we'll see if we can break the low of the day here and head towards that 210. I just don't know if we're going to get like 209-ish. This is where we start actually doing some fun stuff, right? Let's see if as I see Andrew did update the thing. Let's see if it update here. Let me take a look here.
This is actually, I think I'm updating it for.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you. I saw. Okay,
I want to see if it's actually going to update for you. But these are actually his trades roughly. I'm going visually here, so I don't have his actual data, but I know he's long Qualcomm and he's long Micron. So
nice. All right, so let's see here.
See if it updates for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring that back. Where did I put it? No, it's not doing it. What the heck happened? We broke something.
We broke it. I don't know.
We broke it. We broke it. I don't know. This thing always works.
This is why we can't have nice things, Carlos.
Yeah, we can't have nice things. We'll put it to the test.
We keep breaking them.
We'll break it. All right, friends, how you guys doing right now? We are short NVIDIA, looking for the break of the low of the day. So here's our entry. Stop loss 212.40. Yeah, we're getting a little drop here.
Now.
Let's see. I'm going to try to be as patient as possible here. Let's see if we can break the low of the day. But if we start hesitating here, I'm going to take a partial. I know that's only 1 R. That's okay. We'll take at least something off if we get here. Actually, it's a little more than 1 R. A little more than 1 R. But let's see. Bids are still showing okay. See, now we're starting to get a little more ask at the top. 211.50, excuse me. 211.50. We start getting more here. Hopefully that doesn't mess up the plans to go lower on NVIDIA. Still seems stronger to the downside. You can't leave Carlos takes a break. No, this has nothing to do. I don't think this has something to do with me or Peter because it's a Google Doc, and this is different. I don't think it has anything to do with that. This just might have been a coincidence, to be honest.
Maybe. Probably something I did.
Nah, I don't think so, man.
I'll take the blame. It's probably me.
I don't think, but we'll figure it out. I seriously need to learn how to hold my winners. I shorted NVTS and it's really dropping. I got out way too early. Yeah. But again, we done that too. What you did? Let me guess. You traded your plan and you took parts where you're supposed to. Man, shame on you for trading your plan. You know, like so. I don't know, man. We trust me. I get it. We've been there. We done it, and it's gonna go lower now here for you. Look at that, 14 at 38. And NVIDIA, yes, I'm watching it. Yep, getting ready here.
Yeah, okay.
Getting ready here. And let's see, are we going to get the breakdown? 210.60 here. 210.40 is the low of the day. 19 cents away. Let's go.
Yeah, there's some orders at 210.50. So there you go. There you go.
Yeah,
now you got
there it is.
210.40.
Okay, there it is, guys.
There's your low of day.
There it is. So partial here, friends. And we're looking for that 210 break because we still got, look at the orders coming in on the Atlas on 210, guys. So right here, 93,000 now. So it's increasing. It's getting bigger and bigger. So let's see if we can get that. And then if we can get that break, the next big one will be that 209 down here, 18,000. And like, for example, like I look at the closest numbers to the price action. So here's our price action. Like, for example, if you zoom out, this 208 will be nice, 62,000 there. But again, I look at the closer stuff first. I'm sure if I zoom up, look at this, 500,000. No, sorry, 58,000 at 215. But that's so far out. It's $5 away from where we're at right now. So this is more important. And look at the increase coming in here now, guys. 99. We had 100 for a little bit. Let's see if we can keep digging into that 210. Things are looking nice. We're going for it, guys. Here it is. Come on. No, don't turn, don't turn. That lower. Go to 210. Well, let's see if we can. Oh, Mike is in. Mike, don't partial, man. You're moving the price up. Don't partial before me. What are you doing? Let me partial first. All right. Mike is partialing. He's bringing the price up. Oh, man. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. 210, guys. Let's get down there. No. Don't come back. See if we could break lower. Google broke out nicely. Excellent. How do you make money in this market if you are a bear? Wish it was better on the short side.
Well,
Well,
not bad.
you're probably thinking maybe
I don't know.
swing if you're swinging type. Because we see a lot of sell-off moves. Even on this
Yeah.
bull market.
Carlos is in a short trade right now. Look at
I'm
that.
searching right now.
mean,
Yeah. So
I'm a short bias trader, and it's been going okay. You just got to pick your spots, right?
yeah.
I mean, Bloom Energy was the trade I called that I didn't take.
Mhm.
There's a short trade, despite the fact that it's up 20%. Well, 19% now. It was up 25 earlier.
Yep.
No, you just the opportunities are out there. You just have to pick them.
Yeah. Now, Patron, if you depends on your style, right? If you're looking to swing trade short, whereas I don't swing trade short. All my swing trades are long. I never swing trade short. Because I'm not really, they're more like swing investment, mini investment. Like if I get stuck, it's a company that I know that in a couple of months will be back, right? And not putting a whole lot of money. But if you're swinging short, yeah, I could see that being challenging during this time. All right, we're getting tested here, guys. I'm still convinced that, not convinced, but I'm still seeing potential to go back to 210 because just so many orders down here, 109 now. So I'm hoping that we don't go too far up. I don't want to visit this 211.50. I don't want to go up there. So hopefully there's enough strength here to bring it lower on NVIDIA. BE, how's BE doing? Oh yeah, BE did drop very nicely here off the VWAP. So that did do a nice drop there. SoFi also. SoFi moves very little. Like it's been stuck here at 16. It went down to just 20 cents. Again, 20 cents on a $16 stock is, it's still good. But I don't know. It looks like it's struggling to actually give you a good move. All right, I'm looking at Tesla, friends. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing you guys the chart. Pardon me. Looking at Tesla on the other hand here, 210, still a strong area that we want to get to. Hood, possible breakout. Robert in the hood. Yeah, hood. Looking to go higher here. And recover some of the
pushing higher.
losses there. Yep. What else? How about our secondary? MU. Pretty rough start for MU.
Andrew's going long on hood as well, so he's jumping in.
Nice. All right, NVIDIA pulling away from us a little bit here. We need to go back to 210. Come on. Back to 210, NVIDIA. You're going the wrong way. And Tesla. Oh, Tesla is interesting, guys. Comes to the previous day close here. Tesla above the VWAP and looking to break. I got an eye on Tesla. I'm on NVIDIA as well, friends. So hoping we can, there you go back down to that 210. But Tesla's interesting. Anybody long off the VWAP? Not the cleanest VWAP breakout, but you see the little breakout here, a little consolidation. Possible, but then previous day close here is tough because then this can act as heavy resistance, right? So that could be a challenge to get on that one. Peter, anything you're eyeing closely this morning?
Not really. I mean, I was obviously looking at Bloom Energy, like I mentioned earlier. I was keeping an eye. NVIDIA, I think I missed the short off the open. Your short was good, Carlos. You got the pullback.
Yeah,
and you know, you set
yeah.
your stop at the right spot. I like the trade, so that was good. But yeah, nothing imminent at this point. So we're about 22 minutes into the market here. You know, nothing yet for me.
Yeah.
Unlike yesterday. So that happens.
Yeah, let's see if this level is going to be strong enough, guys. If we get back over here and we struggle again, I'll take another part. So maybe this might be it. Maybe this is all NVIDIA is going to give us, right? So if we get back here and we don't continue, we start doing exactly what we did here, I'll take a partial if we don't break through right away. Oh, Mike, got out of break even. Yeah, I almost got there. Almost got there. I'm at 211.50-ish. So... yeah, sucks, man. Now it's going down on let's see. This down doesn't mean it's going down. It's just you could shoot back up here. I'm going to subscribe to Atlas. Please ask Andrew to give a Labor Day offer. Do it, man. Subscribe and yeah, let's do it.
Ugh.
Do the 7-day. They got a 7-day trial for like $9. If you haven't done it yet, check that out. All right, come on, NVIDIA. Let's make this trade great. Let's make it great. Come on. Let's get down to 210. Out is 209. Make it great. Like it's a green trade, but let's make it now a great trade. You know? Let's do it. Let's do it. Memorial Day weekend, man. Time is flying. Labor Day or Memorial Day weekend. Time is flying. AMD. Caesar is giving us AMD. Oh, that is a very clean VWAP breakout, guys. I feel like I'm rushing in if I take this now, but you got the signal. But you got the previous day close here. Do you wait for the above the previous day close? You know, I don't know, but you got it. I wish the previous day close was not there because this kind of messes you up a little bit, you know. You got another area you got to make sure you get through here. Although I don't want AMD going up, I want it going down because I'm short NVIDIA. I don't want semis going up here. Yeah, I think NVIDIA might have given us what it was going to give us. So I think it's time to bail on it. Yeah, I'm gonna get out here just a little bit below break even. Yeah, we're gonna get out. We'll made a little bit on it, not a whole lot, but this looks like it wants to turn the corner. 210 was not strong enough to pull it down, guys. We had tons of orders here at 210, and it just couldn't get the drop. So, and slowly starting to see more builds here at the ask. So yeah, we'll get out of it. I think it's going the other way. Andrew, good morning. Good morning. We had a bad day. Oh no. Well, still early. Andrew, still very, very early. 9:55. Andrew could turn that around pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. So
there's a bunch of orders down 322.
Simulators down. We'll check on that. NVTS reversing. Intel. I was close. Very close to going long here, Intel, for the 5-minute ORB. Glad I didn't. Look at this drop and then just the recovery. So now it looks like it wants to break again. It's just a tough stock to trade, guys. There is an FOMC meeting today. Yes, there is. There is an FOMC meeting today.
Yes, there is.
At 2 p.m. is the release minutes, right? And then 2:30, they'll have the press conference. So,
what's the market doing? The market is pushing higher. Got it, Carlos. I'm watching this AMD. I want to see what it does here. It's at previous day close, like you pointed out, and it's I don't know. It's really hesitating here. But the market's pushing higher. The level 2 is sort of ambivalent. There's a lot of orders up at 324, which is just above the current price. But there's also orders all the way down to 322. So I don't Let me zoom out a little bit more. See, it looks more bullish than bearish. Let's, what is the rest doing? The NVIDIA bounced off the underside of the VWAP. That's not great. Shame you couldn't have held into that. Looks like it's going back down.
Oh man, gotta be. Yeah, it might. I won't get back in here though. It just looks messy on the 5-minute, but
yeah,
it might be doing that.
For what it's worth, the Bank of Canada just held their prime interest rate unchanged. So,
yeah. All right, later today we're gonna have Eamon and Kyle. That's gonna be fun. Just seeing some of the messages now. I'm gonna mess with him a little bit. We'll mess with him in chat here. All right, let's see, friends. What else? Intel, Tesla, choppy, NVIDIA, Hood.
Bloom Energy didn't go all that far down here, so I'm sort of happy I didn't get into that. With the risk that you would have had to take, wouldn't have paid off that well.
Yeah. And not everything is just, I'm just sorting through stuff, guys. It's a lot of chop. Simulator is down in trade terminal. Okay, we'll let the powers know here. Yep, so we'll let these guys know what's going on. I'm sure they know, but it's one of those things like, when you see an accident on the road or somebody, there was a study, Peter, about that people just assume somebody else called 911 and they keep going. And guess what? Nobody calls 911 to report the accident. So I always say, hey, I'd rather be the 5th person that tells IT and they get pissed. We already know. Than be the one that does not tell them and then they don't know. So I'm going to send a message right now. Get mad. I don't care. PT sim is down. I'm sending it right now.
Right.
And just FYI. And I know somebody's going to say, oh, we know we're working on it. But you know what? If I didn't, then it'll be my responsibility not to say something. So there it is. I sent the message. So, guys, thank you for the heads up. They're working on it. And we'll rock and roll here. All right, let's see, friends. It's called the bystander effect. Was that the study? Quite interesting to read about it if you Google it. Yeah, I heard about it like on a quick short video, but not did not watch the actual documentary. Oh, come on, NVIDIA. Mike, look at NVIDIA. It's just ridiculous here. Look, it's about to explode.
Yeah.
Do we join here?
AMD looked like it was going to go higher. I was contemplating getting into it late, and then look at the drop it just made. So thank goodness.
If I get in late here, the stop got to be tight, and then we give back the profits. You're back in, Mike? Yeah, that's a good short, man. Okay, I want to join. Oh my God, it just dropped more the minute I said I want to join. It made me paid. So, but I'm back short too. I'm back short. All right, let's see if we can get.
Carlos has got FOMO.
I did a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I did.
Okay, well.
But let's see here.
But you're in it.
We're in.
Oh, look at that.
We won't overstay our welcome. How about that? We're in. So Mike is back short on NVIDIA. Let's see if we can get the break of 210 now. And let's see if we can get the break of 210. Come on. I know Candy's holding me responsible. She's like, I know better. I know better. I know. I'm gonna get out quickly. If it doesn't work. We're gonna treat like a quick scalp. On our original short idea for the 5-minute ORB breakdown. Let's see. I wish I would have got in when Mike got in. Mike got in here. That should have been the entry. Get out in case things are going to break out. But then he got back in here when he rejected off the VWAP. That's the entry. Oh, look at the bids, though, friends. Look at the bids. This is gonna drop. Atlas is lighting up like a Christmas tree down there. Let's come on.
210,
Come on.
209.
Oh,
There you go.
there it is. There it is. Partial here, friends. Let's see if we can get lower. Still looks very bearish.
Nice.
Let's see if we can drop some more.
Nice.
I'm gonna take some more off, guys. I'm gonna take some more off because my entry is not great. I don't want to come back, so I just took another bit off here, just in case we're going to get out of break even. We're not gonna take a red position here on a chase. Let's be honest on what it is. We chased it. A little bit of FOMO because Mike got in without telling nobody. Mike got in all the way up here and kept it quiet and got a great trade, Mike. A good job. Let's see if we can get some more. Come on, you could drop some more.
Oh, that's funny.
Come on.
I keep getting the same ad for whatever reason showing up.
Oh, Mike put it in chat. Let's see.
It's in YouTube. What's the YouTube like thumbnail ad that you get?
The what?
And right below the comments, do you get a thumbnail ad that shows up? They always put one stagnant ad before the recommended videos. What one do you get? Get something
Hold on.
interesting.
I don't. Oh, I have Kobe Bryant. I've been looking at a lot of basketball stuff.
Oh,
I'm out.
okay.
I'm out of break even. We made a little bit more. Sorry, we're just gonna stab at these little trades. we're gonna stab our way into a good day.
Well,
yeah,
you
I'm
said,
out.
hey, look, you knew you chased that, and that's a smart
Yeah.
trade because you knew you sort of didn't have a great entry, and you were just taking it for the momentum. And once the momentum waned, you're like, well, let's not take any risk, right, to the earlier profit. I can respect that.
That's it. So a little bit more of that. Let's see how Mike should still well be in this. Yeah, Mike, that's a beautiful trade. That's a beautiful trade.
A
yeah.
screenshot of his trade. Now, is this all? Oh, he re-entered. Okay.
Yeah. So he went in here, partial. We both got out here, break even because again, it looked like it was gonna go. And then this is the entry because now he can survive this pullback that we're getting here. And if it goes lower, he's in it. So partial here.
Carlos, look at AMD.
S3. Is AMD better? AMD is at the VWAP. Thinking short, Peter?
Oops.
This could be good.
Got
the nice VWAP breakdown. Here's the pullback. Here's the confirmation. How does Atlas look? Mike, great trade, man. Great trade. Hopefully it keeps going down for you. This is the more disciplined entry to 11, 20-ish. So nice. Let me see how Atlas looks for AMD. Oh man, wait a minute. It's gonna go without us, Peter. You in it already? I think it's gonna go.
No. I don't
see.
I should. I feel like I didn't get the ideal entry. I was hoping for a little bit of just a pop pullback so that I could.
Market out is very. Oh, hold on. It's very. There's no big demand lower. I'm not seeing it. So, yeah, I'm not getting the warm and fuzzy on AMD. Sure, the pattern looks great, but the demand itself could struggle to push this lower. What I think, I don't know. Let's see what happens.
I see orders at 320. There's a good pile of orders at 320, but you're right. It's a little balanced when you zoom out, right?
Yeah, it's even like 322.40. It's a lot there. Nah, it's not a lot, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem convincing. All right, now 320 is starting to grow. 5,000 orders. I don't know. 319 is starting to look good too. Actually might end up going. Let's see if it can get down lower. All right, so AMD, great stuff there. Looks like it might be wanting some more. And I'm out of NVIDIA. And NVIDIA's just struggling to really give you a move lower here. I am out of it. Mike is still in. And hopefully you guys got a better entry and are still in on NVIDIA as well. And let's see here. What is TTR? Okay. JC Trader, so fund is back online. The sim back online. Looks like you guys are reporting good stuff. So try it again, friends. Refresh. And we're back on. So nice. I got short NVIDIA from 211.01. Still in it after two partials. Stop that break even. Awesome, man. Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, good trades. I'm a little more hesitant today. This is not the type of setup that I love. Yesterday gave me better setups, right? Because it ran to the high of day, and then I could take the short, right? That's what I like. So these VWAP breaks, I have a strategy on it. It's not my favorite approach, but I mean, in hindsight, of course, you look at something like NVIDIA, and you're like, boy, look at those two spikes just to touch the VWAP.
I know, right?
And then the drop, right?
And
like,
this is why
in hindsight they look so obviously enticing, but
yeah, this is why that stop above the VWAP is so important, man. Like if I would have gotten here, stop above the VWAP, you survive this if it wants to test, right? So you're good there. Same thing here. Actually, our entry here, actually we did it good here. We did it right here. We went short, stop above the VWAP, 212-ish something, like 90 cents a dollar or so. Never at the VWAP. You know this thing is going to come and test that, and look at that. Test here, you would have been stopped out. Test here, you would have been stopped out. So always give yourself a little bit of room. Yes, it's going to take longer to get to your 1 hour, 2 hours, but if you want to stay in the trade, I think that's a way of doing it. And I say a way of doing it, not the right way of doing it, but a way of doing it. Because some people, like you, Peter, you do this. Peter will have a tight stop here. He'll get out of break even. Yep. But then guess what? He'll get back in here, and he'll catch the move, right? So he might have, and when it doesn't work, he'll have two stops that might amount to my one stop, right? So there's not one way of doing things. So many different ways to slice this thing up. Just find the one that works for you consistently over and over again. It looks like NVIDIA is gonna go lower. Technically, I could have got it back in here with my same entry. What you know, like, but this just seems like random, just trading at this point. If I get back in there. Yeah, it's not in my trade book. All right, let's take a look at Hood. You guys are looking at that one. Hood is just choppy to me on the 1 minute. Looks like now we're heading back to the low. This is the fourth time in like almost 3 consecutive ones that we test here. So we got this one test here, that support here, and now here again. This is not done yet. So let's see if it's gonna actually break down. But the 7150 has been very strong, even pre-market, guys. I don't know if I'm going against the 7150. Now, the break of that 7150 could be interesting, but 7150 is just been a monster for Hood. It's not trying to lose that. Oh, Amazon. Baby, what is going on?
Amazon has had a good move here this morning.
Wow, and just the play that we love. That's this engulfing on the 5 minute. This is really, really nice. The 1 minute above the VWAP. Man, we don't see these often, but when you do catch them, they can be very, very powerful. So nice break above the VWAP here. All this is tied into a nice engulfing on the 5 minute. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. Wow. 264 coming up on NVIDIA. You guys in this? Just incredible. Incredible. Good stuff. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Tesla's breaking lower. NVIDIA not trying to lose this low of the day here. Continues to bounce. SoFi, not much going on. Hood, again, struggling to break this 71.50. And that's it, guys. I don't see anything else. So 2 trades for me. Thankfully, both in the green, but nothing significant today. Let's go to our secondary. MU. Stuck here. NVTS. Had a nice drop. Back to the VF sideways for now. Intel. Trying to breaking out slowly. I wonder if John took any high of days on this thing here. This looks like this looks like one of his trades. I won't be surprised if he took a high of day on that one. We'll get some orders from him shortly. He's putting some stuff together for us. BE.
Just checking the Atlanta Fed, the GDP Now number I thought was supposed to come out for this week, but I don't see it.
I got your
anyways,
thing
remember,
up here.
Our next interesting note comes out at 2:00. The Fed releases their interest rate decision. Remember, it's an unprecedented, 100%. All the data points say that they believe that the Fed rate is going to stay unchanged. Earlier today, just a few minutes ago, the Bank of Canada announced that they are not changing their prime interest rate. So they've left theirs unchanged. We'll see what Powell and the Fed decide to do. Every expectation, of course, like I said, is that nothing's going to change. So if something changes, get ready. Could be exciting.
And I don't think they ever have done anything that was not expected, right? I don't think it's been pretty.
No, I think once, there's a couple examples you can point to where, for instance, when they took the people were expecting a 1/4 point drop and they took it down a full 1/2 point, just in one shot, which is unusual. The Fed usually moves quite cautiously. So, I remember that incident. There was a couple of times where there was an expected, no change, and they changed by a 1/4 point. So, they'll be off by a little bit. But, you're right, Carlos. Most of the time, like 90% of the time, it's pretty much right on.
Sticking to it.
Right with what everybody expects. And they work to make sure that people have, know what they're thinking. Without saying it, they try and say it.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point.
Because they don't want to shock the market generally. That's been the Fed approach, right? Their job is not to try and get big market reactions. It's to create stability. So and that's why they were created. So whether you think they do a good job at it or not, their mandate is about stability of the national economy. So
I like this. I don't know who put this slide together, but we did not get to it earlier today. I don't think we did. We did actually. The virtual circle of AI. I was looking closely at this, man. This is nice. This is nice to see all. Well, you put this together, Peter? This one here?
Well, I found it. I didn't.
No, well, you found it. Yeah. But this is pretty interesting. If you missed it earlier in the pre-market show, to kind of show you how many different companies involved, and commingling with each other. It's just insane. And got the Google, Microsoft, NVIDIA.
I know.
And then all the little partners doing involvement. So
and how incestuous it feels, right? When you look at that.
Yeah. Got Amazon reaching over people there. It's just a lot happening. And of course, NVIDIA with almost everything touching it. Just showing you what this stock is one of the biggest growth stocks that we've seen in years. So pretty interesting. If you missed it, we go through all this stuff, guys, in our pre-market session. So if you're joining us now, we start at 8 a.m. in the morning, right here on YouTube. So subscribe, join us every morning as we prepare and go through top things, announcements, and all that good stuff throughout the morning. So, all right, let's see what we got here, guys. Hood now starting to get interesting.
Got a collection of trades, Carlos, that John's put together for you there.
Yep, we're gonna look at that right now. Let's bring it up. See, there's
AMD
right
came roaring back here. It's gone green again. This AMD is hard to read today, I find.
Yeah, look out for NVIDIA. This might be stopping out Mike now because it's coming right to 21.11. So Mike got in there much earlier, took a couple of parcels down here. Let's see if NVIDIA does a VWAP breakout now. Things are moving north. NVIDIA might be a trade to the long side if it sets up properly. But let's see how the community's doing, guys. So as you guys know, you can always join bearwithtraders.com. Head on over there, how to join, become a member of the community, and you can see people trade and Andrew and Bryant, all these amazing traders. Here's a look at our chat room. There's Andrew today. Well, Andrew's got a nice fresh cut. First time I see him since in a couple of days, so looking good. Yeah, you can see all our moderators, our members, everyone here sharing all their trades, and just awesome. Got to be part of a community, guys. This thing could be very, very lonely without it. Let's take a look at some of the trades our community has taken. So I'm going to look at that. How do I make this full screen? I think I got it. All right, here's John. I thought John would have traded Intel, but he traded Amazon, even better. So here's John on his Amazon trade, friends. Hopefully you guys took this out. This is what we spoke about earlier. Long here for the high of day breakout. You have so much going on here too. You got the 5-minute or engulfing happening in this area. John doesn't watch the VWAP. Very clean chart. Look how clean that is. But got a VWAP breakout happening. There's a lot taking place there. But he took it long. High of day breakout. Partial. Added. Partial. Added. He just kept adding at the high of day breakouts. That is a beautiful thing. And then taking off, man. What a great trade for John. So he's having a great day today. Very, very nice. Here's Mike. We saw this one earlier today, guys. Short here with me as well. Partial. We both got out. He went in here, took another partial. So again, he is probably out now in this trade. But yeah, great. A 5-minute RB breakdown and then VWAP continuation here towards the downside. Eamon traded Starbucks. So long, added, partial, and partial towards the highs here. You know what? You guys know I do like Starbucks when it has earnings. I just didn't have enough time to prepare for it today. But look at that. Traded very well this morning, up 7%. So people are drinking Starbucks coffee. Here is Harvey on SanDisk. Now, I find this stock very difficult to trade, but Harvey found a way to take some stabs at it. And this is kind of the way you have to trade, right? A couple of stabs did not work out. Then eventually he got the big move here, added into strength, partial some more, added, partial, and out. So that's kind of the way you got to trade SanDisk. It's a very difficult stock to trade, sitting at almost $1,100. My goodness. So there it is, guys. A couple of trades from our community. Definitely some good trading the team has done today. So awesome stuff. Let me take a look at SanDisk. This thing is daily. How do we look? It is, wow. It is just wild. So 1102 seems to be the all-time high on this one. I got to split this thing so we could trade it more. Let's hopefully they do that soon. Split it. We can get more volume, make it more accessible.
Yeah.
Hood
price,
to 6. Yep.
Like we say, though, when the price gets that high, it just gets hard to trade, right? And it's you get less volume. You could let's cut the price in, I don't know, cut it by down 80%, down to a fifth of what it is, and then you get 5 times as many shares, right? And it just helps for a little better volume. I am long AMD. This AMD, it just looks so aggressive, pushing through the previous day close. I'm looking to get $2 on it. I need to get above 325.30 is where I'm looking for. Ideally, that would be the $2 mark for me because I got in at 323.30, which is just above the previous day close. So I wanted to make sure it made it through there, and I could have, maybe I should have got in a VWAP, but having that VWAP and the previous day close so close together sometimes usually throws me off. So
yeah,
we'll see if we get anywhere on this. It's pulling back now. Don't stop me out. Don't stop me out.
Get up there, MD. Do what you got to do. Tesla's been nothing but a BYD burger today. It's been a crap burger. Tesla. It's just nothing happening, right? So pretty flat. Come on, Tesla. You could do better than that. We've seen you trade much better than this. That's pretty
pretty
crappy.
Do better. Come on,
you
do
could
better.
do better.
Okay, here we go.
How's AMD
Oh,
for
you're
you?
so close. So close. Oh, no, didn't quite. It was close.
It looks great right now. Let's see if it
325.20.
can hold. Do it for Peter.
Oh, look at that. Look at the actual high on that candle. 325.19.99 cents.
Mm, mm.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
That's nice,
No,
nice.
Oro, the AMD trade is not. It's actually more of a sort of a, I don't know. I don't even know what this trade is. It's not in my trade book, to be honest. I just have been watching the price action all morning on AMD. It was strong up through the VWAP. It's not exactly a VWAP break because I actually took it after the previous day close. It's almost like a high of day break, but it's not even that because it's not high of day, right? So again, I don't even know what to call it. It's more just watching price action, looking to get in on some momentum.
Look at Intel, man. Intel just turned on the jets, and I see you guys mentioning in chat.
There it is.
Gone.
Okay. Oh, I saw the ask.
AMD.
The bid didn't get there. All right, I'm gonna take that partial on AMD.
Yeah.
Right now, just in case. I saw the ask through 325.30, but not the bid. Okay, there's the bid. All right. Well, I took my partial about 12 cents early here, but that's okay. Oh, look at it go now. Let's go. 327. Let's go high of day next.
Come on, do it. Can we look at MU next? Yes, we can. I see Andrew short hood, man. We knew it. That through 71.50. Once it broke, well, we never know nothing, but and we knew it was gonna get interesting if it broke this 71.50, and it did. And look at that, he's got the drop here. Hopefully that can continue. Waiting for NVIDIA to do something because the only one that I see close to the VWAP, Tesla is dead. And you mentioned MU. MU right now, very similar to what NVIDIA is doing. So not a whole lot. It is coming towards the VWAP. I don't have a strategy here. This is like the no dead zone, no trade for me area. So if it gets to the VWAP and we get some kind of breakout, it could be exciting. But I prefer the way NVIDIA is trading. If it can get above the VWAP and get some momentum here. We came up to it a couple of times. NVIDIA has not want to go above the VWAP. Rejected it here, and here. So let's see if now as we're consolidating, if we can get above that. It could be a good VWAP breakout. But right now, I don't see anything else that's at the VWAP. NVTS did get there, but this is a very difficult stock to trade. So I probably would have not. I know I would have not taken that trade. Intel to 91. Come on.
Let's go.
Yes. I love this market. This market is awesome, man. It is so good. BE slowing down, PLTR sideways, and Peter, you're an AMD long.
Yep.
All right, here it is, 326.35. What is this? I have a level there. That's the low of the, I don't know what that is. I have a level at 326. I'm not sure why. But we did not do levels for this one today, so it could just be some random. Actually, no. Looks like some levels from a couple of days ago. 326 right on here. So let's see if it can get there. Visa, you guys love Visa. What's going on with Visa? It's a tough trading stock. Oh, it looks like they had earnings. Gap of 9.4. Wow, sir. That is nice. That is nice. Visa for a big move today. Visa's got to be like doing well. It is doing well. Awesome.
Yes.
Everywhere I go now, it's becoming harder now to rack up points. Everywhere you go, you want to use your credit card. They have this credit card charge now. So it's like, come on, man, you're messing with my points here. What is this?
Even
they didn't have that before.
I got points on my card, and it used to be great to buy airline tickets. And now what they do is they say that you have to pay the taxes on the airline, but they'll, the flight is free. So I went to try and book a flight the other day, Carlos, and this was about 2 weeks ago. I was just booking a flight for my son, and it was like I said, I'll use points, and it was like something crazy. Like it would be like 90,000 points plus $800. I'm like, well, if I'm going to pay plus $800, I'm not going to use 90,000 points. Like, that's only really giving me like $600 off the flight.
Flight cost.
The
Oh,
flight was like
yeah.
$1,400. So sure, I'm getting $600 off, but the 90,000 points, in theory, you're supposed to be able to fly around the world with that many points. Like,
yes,
I mean, it was a flight from Europe.
man.
I know. So I'm like, all right, forget it. I'll just pay for it. I'm not going to use points.
Yeah.
Screw you.
The points are losing value like crypto is like crypto did. It's like
crypto.
They're not worth the same
Losing
anymore.
value like crypto.
Oh my goodness! What 90,000 could have bought you before, it can't buy you that now. So
it doesn't seem
wow.
to, no.
Yeah, no, I went to got some service in my car, and she's like, "Hey, you could pay with a credit card to get the points." Oh, look at AMD, Peter. AMD.
Oh,
looking good here, man.
Moving. 327. Remember, that's my next target.
Yep. So yeah, so I got a service with my car. It was like $200, getting some oil change and some maintenance and all that good stuff. And she's like, yeah, you could pay with your card. And I'm like, yeah, I'll pay with the credit card, get the points. And she's like, service credit card free. I'm like, never mind. You could pay with a debit, it's no problem, right? But with the credit card, they want to charge. So I'm like, what's the difference? Just a transaction fee, but I guess the American Express charges them more. So
they charge
yes,
a percentage, yeah.
that fee that they're charging is not worth the points I'm gonna gain now. So they're killing the points business. So doesn't make any sense. Oh, let's see here.
There you go. 327 taking a partial on AMD. There's a high of day. So we're getting a good move here.
Very nice, very nice.
I had to be patient before I found my first trade today, as usual. I was a little more patient today than I have been.
Harvey, yeah, we saw your trade earlier, man. Great trade. We had it here, man. Tough trading too on your part. So Harvey's in our chat room. He's visiting us this morning from our chat over at BearWithTrades.com. But Harvey, man, we saw your trade. I'll bring it up here again because I think it was really nice. And I think it's a very difficult trade. I don't think it's easy to do, so kudos to you on that one.
Wow. Look at AMD go now.
Yeah, man, you're rocking. 328 coming up here. Oh, don't do that,
AMD.
AMD. Don't do that.
Look, don't talk about it. Shh, it's listening.
Let's you know what? I'm going to change. I'm going to look at something else. I'm not going to put pressure on it. I'll look at NVIDIA.
We don't want to make it angry.
Yeah, don't stare at it. Just don't look at it. Look at NVIDIA.
There you go.
But
Candy, I took the damn trade. Yeah, finally.
Yes.
Yesterday I was doing okay. I took the trades. In fact, I took trades I should have. Carlos, you missed yesterday, of course, because I was trying to manage the show and everything. One thing I didn't think to check is I had opened DAS and I loaded it up. Anyways, I was using a 2018 version of DAS. And I didn't realize it was so old because it's a brand new computer, but that was the last one I had saved to my drive. And my God, when you go back like so many versions, you realize like all the functionality that was missing, and it was so weird. And it was defaulting into my SIM account, and I made a mistake and I took the first trade in SIM. I'm like, look, I'm just going to stay in SIM because I couldn't even remember how to change it. So to change the SIM default using the old menus. So, anyways, it was
using the old setup. Yeah. No, I get you, man. I get you. So here is Harvey, here's your trade, man. Good stuff. On here, looks like you got a very nice big move there towards 1100. So pretty cool stuff, man. Good work. All right, NVIDIA. Oh man, look at NVIDIA. I was thinking something here, but it just keeps rejecting. And NVIDIA does not want to go above here again. Setting up nicely, possible via breakout, and boom, the drop here one more time. So just not having fun there. All right, so no trades for me. Peter is an AMD long here, and we are just waiting to see what takes place. Oh, I see Mike is joining. Hold on, Mike, I gotta set you up. Let me get you in place here. Very good. One sec. All right, good, Peter. This thing is going higher, so that's good for you, man. Looks like it is rocking here. There we come on, 320. What's your next partial, Peter?
There's pre-market. It was up as high as 329, so I'm hoping another $2. We get up to 329.
Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet.
The Sheriff of Nottingham. He's...
1 second, Francis, doing a little couple of stuff here. Oh, Peter, yes. Come on, baby.
28.70. Yeah, I'm watching it here.
Man, good trade. Hey, Mike, how you doing? We hear Mike?
Hey, I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. Very nice. I can hear you. I can see you.
Hear you?
Awesome, man. So, all right, guys, 10:30. Mike is gonna come on. We're gonna keep going here. Welcome, Mike, to the show. Man, great trade on NVIDIA. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the big move, man. We couldn't get the breakdown on this one. But great couple of trades there.
I mean, both of us, right? Like we both tried to get that super. Let's see if we can get
partial.
Now Peter's taking AMD long.
Yeah, look at
having
that,
a great
baby.
time.
We've got to hit our next target, 329. So I
that.
called it. I don't know if we can make it to 330. I think it's going to get tired now. It's only $1 away. I mean, it's moved $7 or 6. Yeah, 7 from the VWAP, 6 from the previous day close. So why not? One more. What's one more?
Yeah.
Let's go.
You got the market on your side too right now. So
yeah, that's true.
The market has definitely found a bottom, which is kind of interesting from yesterday. If you look at yesterday, kind of on the 30-minute chart, I'm sure I think, Carlos, you have my screen, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep, I do.
Yeah, if you look at the market on the 30-minute chart yesterday and today, you can see the 7150 level on MES or even on the SPY, which is around this 709.50. We have just rejected and rejected and rejected, and it just cannot stay. And then today as well, right? We're in this. We're bearish all morning, going all the way down, and we hit that level, and you can just see this reversal off of it. So I think we're going to stay in a range pretty much until the FOMC meeting. But I'm with you, Peter. I was listening pre-market to you. I don't think the FOMC meeting is going to have a large impact on the market unless of it comes different than what's expected.
Right.
And unless JPOW wants to go out with a bang.
Yeah.
Right. And just like, watch what I can do, guys. Watch what I can do.
Oh, look at
I just don't think that's going to have that big of an impact. Even his speech, I don't think is going to have all that big of an impact because everybody knows, hey, there's a new guy coming in. So regardless of what you say, the new guy is who we care about, right? Like,
come on, we're so cool. There, 330. Yes.
There you go, Peter.
There you go.
Got it.
I'm doing the Andrew
Peter.
arms in the air. 330.
Got it.
We made it. Okay, look at that move.
Oh man, what
So-
a trade, man!
What a
That's
trade,
awesome.
Peter.
Good stuff.
That's
man.
awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, just this was luck, admittedly. I mean, I didn't have any expectation it would move quite this much, but yeah, great move up on AMD here. So beautiful.
Yeah. So, but I think where we're going to see an impact, right, is going to be after hours when everybody reports, right? Meta's reporting, Microsoft, all these big companies are reporting, right? That's where I think the market's going to be impacted. And I don't normally trade earnings, and I don't think I'll trade the actual earnings, but I'm definitely going to keep an eye on the futures after hours. because they seem to move nice and slow and steady. And since these are the Mag 7, right, the big 7 that influence the S&P 500, you can find possibly some setups that can be there. So
Yep, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Wow.
I wonder
AMD
why on
the rip.
yeah.
What's going
Yeah,
on?
AMD
man?
was great, but Carlos, our
Yeah.
NVIDIA trade, right? If we look at
Mhm.
NVIDIA, like it looked like it wanted to go down. The only problem with that was that the SPY just bottomed out down there, and the SPY just reversed, and there was nothing that you could kind of do, and that's why it's important, right? Let me go to my NVIDIA trade. Where
Yep,
is it?
I got your screen.
That's why it's so important to stick to your plan, right? Because if you don't stick to your plan, you can just end up getting stopped out, taking a hit, getting burnt through it, right?
Yeah.
So you take those partials, you stick to your plan, you get out, and if it sets up again, you just get right back in.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. I played this VWAP rejection, new 1 minute low, take a partial, low of day, stopped out, break even. Oh, look, we reject again, enter, kind of another low of day, came down, and then I'm like, all right, better take another partial. We didn't stay below 210 here, out at break even. I was actually going to look to possibly take this again, but I didn't like this candle setup because now we're above the 9 and 20, whereas these two, you were below those moving averages, right? So that was the big difference.
Yeah.
Why am I so different on the camera this time?
Because it's my setup. So I haven't set you up, Mike. So I'm actually doing it now. Yeah. So you just stay in the middle. You're good. I'm gonna work on I'm getting you. What
You'll
need.
work on getting me to the center.
Exactly. Right. Just keep where you want it, and I'll work the magic here.
All right. Let me get. All right. Right here is where my camera should be.
That's where we want you. We want you to be front and center, and I'll set you up on all the boxes that we need. Is that rain out there?
Okay.
It looks like it's pouring. What's going on?
No, so that is my blinds. So because it's sunny, it's so sunny that if I
I see that. Yes, right. Okay, got it. Okay.
Super dark. But the blinds are see-through, but they do a really good job of keeping the sun out. But you can still see outside, see the view. I mean, that's the big highlight of this place, right?
Nice.
Is the views that you get. So, but this NVIDIA trade, I was very happy with. Didn't want to take it the third time, which by looking at it, I'm glad I didn't take it the third time. Going there, Peter's trade was awesome off of that AMD look, right? Like that thing was just awesome. And then look at John for his Amazon trade off of 261. I mean, this thing, we're already up to 266. We're at all-time highs on Amazon. Going into earnings, it's unbelievable, right?
It's wild, man. It's wild.
Just
it's such a great market, man. So many great moves. So awesome.
What the heck? Hey, Carlos.
Yeah.
Gas just unexpectedly shut down.
That's not good. Did you hit something?
I didn't think I hit anything.
Oh man.
I loaded hood. I was trying to load hood. So maybe.
Yeah. Interesting.
Hood
bouncing a little bit here. Intel's still going. If you look at John's trade we showed earlier, it's very similar to the type of style that he trades. I actually thought he was going to be taking Intel as a high of day. Because again, you hang around people so long, you start realizing how they trade. And I thought he really was going to take Intel, but he took Amazon, which is very similar. They're just both rocking. you know, in hood here, I'm sorry, Intel hitting 91, 92.10, and just insane, man. Really, really good. So,
Yeah,
all right,
the Amazon is going to be strong on the day. It is.
yeah, it is nice, man. But
So,
Mike, let's get into it, man. Let's see what you got for futures. We'll jump into some of that.
yeah.
So we'll see what's happening, and I'll be here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hey, everybody. So, one thing that I started about a couple months ago is I've really started getting interested in futures, and it's because futures you can trade 24 hours a day, but also you're able to take smaller contracts. You're able to leverage your account without needing what used to be the pattern day trade rule, right? Now that that's going away, we may see an increase in stock equities, but futures still allow you a good leverage product that trades nice and smooth and consistent across the board. So for barrel traders, I started doing some educational material, starting to generate that. We're going to put that out here in the next few weeks as I get the recordings going. So with that though, I started trading futures, and I basically trade two different types of strategies. I trade an opening range 30-minute opening range breakout, which today is not setting up for my strategy. I'll kind of walk through it when it does set up. Yesterday it set up nicely. It's where it puts this 30-minute candle in, closes within the next hour, basically in the same direction, and then you can short it off that opening range, which I did yesterday. Got a very nice move down from 7163 all the way down to 7150. But today you can see we're putting this in. But one of the things to pay attention to here, you'll see this trend line that I kind of drew, is we're making this lower highs and lower lows. So if we can stay below this 7175, that will be my next strategy that I trade, which is kind of a not a reversal strategy, but a pullback strategy up to either VWAP or a trend line. And I use that trend line as the stop off of it. So we're just going to wait, kind of see what it does there. I want to see if it holds this 7175, see if we put in a lower high off this, because if you look at the 1 minute, right, we've started to make higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and now we're going down. So once we stop making those higher highs, we'll see about if we can find an entry that can get into it. One of the other things, though, for all of you stock traders, I have also noticed that it has helped me very well in my pre-market prep. One of the things that I do now in the pre-market is now look for kind of what the market structure is. And I never really did that before, because I was like, what do I care about the market structure? Or why should I care about it? Whatever. I'm an intraday trader. I only care about what's happening during the intraday and the price action that's occurring there. But what I've found is understanding what your larger picture market structure is like helps you understand whether your trade setups are going to be successful or if they're not. And today is a good example of it. So I'll kind of walk you through. If we look at the day structure of the market here on MES, which is the micro of the ES, which is basically the SPY, you can see we're really in a range right on the day. So we're neutral. We're just kind of there. So you want to make sure, I want to make sure when I'm trading that if we're at one of these lower ranges of the SPY, whether that be kind of, I pointed out earlier, right? That low of 710, that I don't want to be shorting at that range until it's been proven, right, that we can break that level and continue down. Same as when I'm a high day trader, I don't want to be taking longs when the SPY is up at the top of the range without it showing strength to the top side. So it's neutral. Then I come in for the pre-market and just kind of determine what the pre-market structure looks like, right? And with futures, they basically have 3 different sessions, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But today, you can tell we were in a downtrend, right? Nice downtrend. But again, this area right here was where the support was. This right here is where you had to be careful. And if we bring that over to the NVDA trade, right? Look at NVIDIA as well. Look at where NVIDIA is struggling at. It's struggling kind of in the same. It's making the same pattern as that SPY. So you have to be aware of that SPY and what it is going to do. And you saw as soon as the SPY kind of started to reverse, NVIDIA could no longer continue the momentum down. Now, are we getting the big push like the SPY did? No, because NVIDIA is weak. Yeah. But because the market is so strong, it just can't go down to those 208 orders that it wants, or those 207. So you gotta be aware of that larger picture. And that's what I've found over the last couple months has really aided me and increased my knowledge of the market itself. So right now, I will be looking to take a futures trade probably later on in the day. You can see this 7175. I'm waiting to see about this next higher high. I need to see a push back up to see if it will put in a higher low with a nice pivot to come back down, and then I'll use that trend line as my stop and the new pivot as my entry point.
Nice, man. As you're doing that too, I'm just seeing Andrew, man. Andrew's still in hood. Peter's in chat as well. Peter, you still in AMD? Starting to get a little bit topping,
I actually
but
got
not
all
too
out.
bad. Oh, you did? Okay.
Well, I see my topping pattern here that normally I would take a reversal on, and being that it was long, I haven't jumped in short, but this looks like the top. So yeah. I took it all off towards 332, and we'll see. I think it's going to pull back now. So
okay, all right. I don't blame you. Maybe you could take a short. Mine past reversal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. It almost amount passed. The problem is the second retest actually pushed a little bit higher. Otherwise, I was considering actually reversing my position, which I don't do very often. But I'm also not in a long when a mountain pass sets up like that. So we'll see.
Here's Andrew's trade on hood, guys. By the way, he had a couple of trades that didn't quite work out at the beginning, and this is what he mentioned. Hey, I was having a bad morning. But it was like 9:55. I told Andrew, we just started the day. Like, it's 9:55. He said we're having a bad day. I'm like, Andrew, we just started, buddy. Like, and then look at that. As suspected, here it is. Went short. Look at this beautiful drop. And then we're looking for that burst 7150. That's here it is, 7150. Having a hard time breaking from that. He added. Finally broke down. Here it is. Partial. And now he has an order at 70. That he is looking to take a partial out there, and hood right now, man, might be heading there pretty soon. So it's back here down to 70.57, still right in this area, but heading lower. So let's see what it does, man. But yeah, excellent trade on Andrew. Rough start, but man, that is a monster trade there for sure. But Mike, going back to your point, I do like what you're saying about the bigger picture, because sometimes it's so easy for us to say, hey, we're day traders. I'm with you. Hey, we're day traders. We don't need to know what's going on. We're just going to trade the price action, which can work up to a certain point. We've done it many times. Peter, I'm sure you have.
Yep.
And I'll be honest, I think it's the lazier way to try to not do a little bit of homework, right? Say, hey, you know, we're day traders, we don't care what's going on, but if this information is helping you, I think it's something that we can start to consider, right? And see, hey, how can I add this to my my trading style? So pretty good info, man.
And it really has only taken me, right, a couple of, it takes me about 5 minutes to do the pre-market analysis. And then I do it again at the top of the hour at 10 o'clock to see what the early structure of the market is. And it takes about 5 minutes during that. So like 10 to 10:05. I try to find a time if I'm not in any day trades to kind of take a small, quick look at the market structure and see, hey, have we changed? Have we not changed? Where are we going right now? So, and as you can see right now on the MES, that trend line is still holding. So
Yeah.
we'll see what we do here at the VWAP. If we lose the VWAP, be a very good spot for an entry, as long as we can kind of get a push to see if it wants to go higher, because I definitely want a higher high put in. You can see right here, if we look at 7166, that's our last kind of higher low where it pushed down. So if we lose that, which is where VWAP is, that's where I'll be looking to see if I can take this short today, and we'll see what goes on. So a great question. What's going to happen with the Fed announcement info? We were talking about it a little bit today. Everybody agrees that the Fed rate is going to do nothing. And then you got Jerome Powell that's on his way out, right? So unless he wants to just go out with a bang, with a mic drop moment.
I don't think so. But
either do I. It's not going to change. And then even in his press conference, he has mastered the art of tap dancing around any questions of political bias or getting into the political spectrum. He's a master. He may be a tap dancer when he retires, for all I know, right? Little bounce, bounce, bounce all over the place, right? But I don't think his speech is going to do anything to the market. Today, it's all about after the market, the earnings, especially with OpenAI going in and saying, hey, we don't have as many customers as we anticipated. Right. People want to know, okay, let's hear it, big seven. What are you all doing with AI? Are you experiencing the same thing? So NVIDIA got back below VWAP. It's still not in an area I want to trade it at, though.
Yeah.
So that's what you got to look forward to. That's what we have. Pay attention at 2 o'clock. See what goes on. Listen into the Fed speech, and then line up and get ready for earnings in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And if you
just looking at AMD continues. I thought it was going to take a break here, and it's just going higher and higher, man. Up 2.9 now. It is just insane. So making a new high of the day here.
Look at that thing.
And man, what? Just turned on the engines and went, man. Just insane. Just insane. So
look at that thing.
NVIDIA,
losing the VWAP, headed back down.
NVIDIA's weak, man. It's not giving in. It's not bending the knee to the shorts, but NVIDIA's been weak. I mean, we've been trying to short this thing all morning. We got a couple of hits that worked out, but it's just been weak. Like, it has not had the strength to push any above the VWAP. Every time it goes above the VWAP, it rejected a couple of times, couldn't get above it, and then here in the last couple of minutes, 9:30 to about now, or a couple of minutes ago, was managing above it, but then here it is back towards the bottom, and it's just struggling to get up there. Allison, everything
Pedro,
sideways.
Walmart.
Let's see.
Walmart, Pedro. What? Walmart. Man.
Long Walmart.
Walmart's
Pedro.
a rough one. What? Walmart's good on earnings.
It's a tough one, man.
Walmart's good on earnings.
We're not gonna tell you what to do, but follow the plan. Follow the plan.
That's a tough one.
But Walmart is it's watching paint dry. It's watching paint dry. It's a tough one. It really is.
Yeah, I trade Walmart on earnings days.
Yeah.
If there's something macroeconomic going on, right? Like if there's something that's going to drive retail stocks, that's what I've traded Walmart back during COVID, right? That the retail stocks, stores opening, when all that started coming back, they were able to move and trade good intraday. But other than that, it's really tough to trade.
Yeah, it sure
Amazon's look.
So AI is making us question our very reality, isn't it? I mean, it'll be interesting to see what the earnings do and what the market thinks of it. But Mike, you watch hockey, right?
Oh yes, I love hockey.
Did you watch Buffalo and Boston last night?
Yes, I did.
Did you
see the picture I sent, Peter? Pull it up in the chat. I put it in the leadership chat. That's how I was watching hockey last night.
Oh yeah, on the four screens.
Yeah, so that was nice.
I saw that. So, but what I'm curious is, did you watch the national anthem? Because I keep getting this clip fed to me where it's like apparently the singer's microphone as they were doing the national anthem kept cutting out, and the crowd finished singing the Canadian national anthem. It's Buffalo. The game's in Buffalo, and the whole clip is about. And they've got the singer. They've got close-ups of people in the stands. It all seems like, and they're saying that the Buffalo crowd finished the national anthem. What I'm really confused about is it's a game between Buffalo and Boston. Why are they singing the Canadian national anthem at all? So I'm like, is it real? Is this fake AI? I don't even know anymore. I don't know what my reality is.
I don't know what to believe.
And why did someone create this? Like, I just don't. Why would they have been singing the Canadian national anthem? I mean, Buffalo's close to Canada, but it's not in Canada.
I came in afterwards. After that, I came in right as they were kind of doing that, but it did show like the crowd singing and not the person that was singing. So
I don't. Anyways,
I don't understand why they would do the Canadian national anthem.
No, like
normally, are they considering Buffalo as part of Canada now or something?
I don't know. Did we adopt Buffalo and I wasn't aware of that? I'm not sure. They seem to have known the anthem. They were able to sing it if the clip is real. If there's anybody who actually watched the game, I'd be really curious to know, because I just like.
Yeah, I got in after
I keep thinking this is like fake AI, but I don't understand why. It's from Edmonton.
Yeah.
No, they're showing the Buffalo crowd singing it. Anyways, I don't know. I'm still confused.
Buffalo is probably it's so high up. Ain't it above the 49th? What is it? 49.
It's right on the border.
Yeah.
Border 49, whatever line.
It's close. It's right here, but. Anyways, I don't get it. Anyways, but I said, to me, it comes back to the markets and this AI, AI, it's going to, hopefully they tell us how it's solving problems. All it's doing now is making me question everything I see. Is this real? Is it invented? I can't even tell now, right?
It's hard.
If I see something on social media, I don't believe it's real until I go look someplace and verify it at someplace that I trust, which is becoming smaller and smaller and smaller every day about where I trust.
So true. True. All right, guys.
It's just one of those things, right?
Yeah. So yeah, guys.
Hey, guys.
I see Eamon is on. I also have Kyle. I got a Kyle connected here. But we're going to transition over to these guys. I want to introduce you guys to Kyle. Eamon will do that introduction in just a second here. Actually, you could do it, Mike. Kyle is joining our team here. He'll be live with Eamon. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, so Kyle is now joining Eamon at the 11 o'clock hour. And for all you that keep going into or posting hashtag funded in there, Kyle has been successful in our trading terminal funded account twice. Well, once and got a payout and is in the process of getting it. But the other unique thing about Kyle is he's also gone to our boot camp. He went 3 months through our boot camp. He had some success in there, not gigantic success, but he had success found his strategy, found the pattern, learned the techniques, learned the methodology, graduated from boot camp or completed boot camp, not graduated, you don't graduate, but completed boot camp, and then started trading in the funded account and has found success, right? So made that complete educational process that we teach, right? Get started, figure out some stuff. Hey, I probably need some guidance, join a mentorship program through boot camp, figured out what I'm supposed to be doing, and then became disciplined enough to complete that process and has found success. And so what we like to do here is people that we find that are successful, we like to bring them and see if they want to help out and share their experiences with the community. And Kyle has been absolutely willing to do that. So we want to share him with everybody out here on YouTube. So welcome, Kyle.
Welcome, Kyle. Would be good having you here at 11 a.m. I'm not gonna feel bored anymore. I'll finally have some company at 11 a.m. Yesterday, Peter gave me an amazing company.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate
from now on, I'll be having Kyle.
I was glad to join you. I have the answer to my question, by the way. Did some quick research. Apparently in Buffalo, they are so close to Canada, they do sing the Canadian national anthem before every game. Didn't know that. Thank you, Buffalo. On behalf of a Canadian, appreciate that. So there you go. Who knew?
There you go, right?
Yeah.
There you go. And hey, Andrew. It's a big party today here.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Anderson, hold on, let me get Andrew in. I don't have him connected.
You don't have me, guys. I'm here.
Oh no, I got you, Andrew. How are you, my friend?
Wow.
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing? I see. Welcome, Kyle. Kyle has won like 3 times the funded account from us, so he's a great trader.
Wow. And I got all out AMD. Guys, I left money on the table. Look at that. Dope.
Are you trading AMD?
It was long AMD from 323 all the way up to 331, 332 almost.
Nice.
So yeah, got a great move.
Nice. So I had an okay day with green, but really, AMD gave me a really hard time. But we shorted really nicely on hood. So I'm gonna actually share my screen so you guys can actually see my screen as well.
I can't handle that haircut with those glasses, Andrew. I'm thinking that you need to put on like a leather jacket and you'd fit right into Happy Days.
Really?
Maybe it's the black shirt too.
I don't know. Okay, I'll take glasses on. Don't give me a hard time.
He looks fine, Andrew. Don't listen to Peter, man. Don't listen to Peter.
That looks great. It looks great. I'm not saying it looks wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. I just said it's.
So Peter is always giving me a hard time. It's okay. He's a good friend. Sometimes the friends give you a hard time, and that's part of it. We had a great trading day on hood. Actually, we did a really nice short on hood. If I want to show you here, hood is a really nice short, and we went short above the VWAP, added more, and we want to get to 70, and still we are. Sticking in there for 70 and, hopefully to get to the 70. And Market Atlas never lies. So we trade based on Market Atlas. As you see here, 70 has been a big order and since the very long time. So really hope to get to 70. There is 110, is it 1 million shares or no? It's 114,000 shares sitting at 70. So we're hopefully to get to that level. So that was a great short that we had. It was a very classic earning loss. I usually don't go short above the VWAP, but because Market Atlas was so good that I decided to go short above the VWAP. I did go one long on it before, so I went long here, popped up, really didn't make any money out of it, so I got out of it. And as soon as I saw that there's no big order to the upside and the only big order to the downside, I decided to go short, and it turned out to be really nice.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was clean.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that was really nice. How was your trading day, guys? Did you make money? I know, Peter, you had a good day.
It was amazing for me. I mean,
Good.
Atlas helped me hold longer to my Starbucks trade. I started it with two losing trades on MU. I saw you were trying to long MU, and I tried to short MU, and MU kicked both of us. Not a
Yeah.
long, not a short, just ended up being a mess. But luckily,
Yeah.
Starbucks was good. I mean, it was a clean setup, classic 1 minute followed by 5 minute opinion range breakout, followed by a nice trend. I mean, not even a single new 5 minute low until like 10:25. So that was pretty much straightforward, easy, and not much to talk about. But it was a good day.
Nice. All right, so we're gonna hand it over to you and Kyle, and thank you so much, Peter and Carlos, for a great show. And today is Wednesday, so we're gonna have a psychology webinar today, I think, yes?
Yes, we are. Mike and John are teaming up to deliver the webinar tonight, 8 o'clock for all of our elite members.
These are my best. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Andrew,
All
there
right.
is a
Have a good
question.
day.
Can
Trade smart, everybody.
Yeah, what's the
Yeah,
question?
have a good day, everyone. Yeah, so people are asking, can you subscribe only to futures on Atlas, or it's an add-on to stocks
No, it's
if someone
only an
doesn't trade stocks?
add-on. So you need the $99 for the train terminal, and the futures would be $49 extra.
You got your answer, Mark.
Do not have only futures.
Awesome. Well, good
Come
to
on,
know
man.
that. So
$49
that
is not that much for traders. What? $49 is nothing in trading. Are you kidding me? Like, Market Atlas can help you. Like, how much you made money extra with the Starbucks today looking at Market Atlas? One trade can
uh,
pay for the whole
it, it,
year.
it, it it literally using Atlas gave me 50% more than what I would have made without it because it gave me
Yeah.
the convention holding. If not Atlas, I probably would have been out around $104 area, but it was
Yeah, honestly, like
obvious
if
all
you
the way up to
really,
106.
if $49 is a really big issue for your trading, you probably shouldn't trade. Like market access can really help you to make huge moves, entries and exits. And it really shouldn't be really a uh, big issue.
Exactly.
All right, guys, I'm gonna hand it over to Mr. Amen. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you. Carlos, are you still here? People are asking about the funded account. Did we forget to do the
I'm
giveaway?
always here. No, I didn't forget to do a giveaway, man. I'm running out of codes, so I'm trying to see what we could do here. I might have to cut it back to like once a week or something, man. So
I see,
'cause
guys.
I'm running out of codes here. We gave out a lot. We
We're
gave
running out
over
of money.
100. No, we're never running out of money. We always got money. Codes is a different story.
Likes are also low, Carlos. You gotta give more than 500 likes to give a funded account. The funded account is like $400. Give us a like, you know.
Yeah. That's true. That's true too. That's true too.
So that would be
yeah.
the requirement, guys. Giveaways only after 500 likes. If we reach 500 likes, that will be when we're doing the funded accounts.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. All right, Kyle, good to see you. Good to see you, Eamon. It's funny, Kyle. Yesterday, I think it was a miscommunication, so I gave Kyle a hard time today. I sent you an email saying unacceptable. I hope you know that I'm kidding, but you're the new guy, so we got to give you crap a little bit here and there.
Well, I mean, on behalf of Kyle, he joined me in the chat room.
Yeah.
Yeah, he joined me in the chat room instead of you. There it is.
All right, take care, guys. Have a good one.
All right,
Cheers.
thank you, Carlos. Hello, Kyle. And guys, like I was saying, from now on, at 11 a.m. Eastern, Kyle will be giving me a company here. He's an amazing trader. You will learn a lot from him. His trading style is not exactly like my trading style, and that's actually a good thing because you'll be learning from both of us. So those who are inclined more into opinion range breakouts, and Kyle, if I'm not wrong, you said you're more focused on 5 and 15-minute RBs plus retests, right?
Yeah, you got it. That's definitely my style, retests. I sent you my trade. If you want to bring it up, I can go over it.
Yes, I'll do it. Did you send it to me? Where exactly?
I'll put it on Telegram, actually.
Okay, give me a second. Let me pull it on my screen.
Perfect. You traded Starbucks today?
Yes, I did trade Starbucks today.
Very nice.
And I'll go through it a little bit later. So yeah, let's go through your trade. It's I see it. There we go.
So I was a little short biased off of the open. I tried to short for a 1 minute opening range breakout. I got stopped out. Went short again, was able to take a partial underneath um, the 50 EMA, and then came back up, got stopped out again. And then the trading terminal was having a little issue this morning, so I actually got really lucky here. So that third trade, the one you're circling there, that's when it actually went down. So I would have got stopped out there. But it was down for about 5 minutes, and when I came back, then I started taking some partials there around 10:10. So it worked out really well for me. I wrote it all the way down using Market Atlas to around 70. And I added a couple times so that I got stopped out there at the bottom. Yeah. So I had a really good morning. It was a good session for me.
It wasn't actually a bad morning. I agree with that. It was a good day. Honestly, I did not like anything at the open. I went asking for members, what are you guys watching? What are you guys watching? What should I trade? And there was nothing much. And one of the members named Starbucks, which was on my main watch list. But before I ended up trading Starbucks, I decided to give a try on MU. Why MU? I liked where it was sitting at. If you take a look, guys, at the daily chart, we are sitting around a strong level, which is all-time high level. There it is around here. That's 2 days ago high. It's more obvious on the hourly chart. You see this level around here, and we're rejecting it here. We rejected it once during the pre-market. Then the market opened within the very first minute, and we rejected it a second time. You could also see a mini range on the 5-minute chart, and after it broke this range, it recovered into the middle, and that's my signal. That's my fake breakout signal. Shorted it, added, lost. Instantly re-entered, added, lost. So that was -2 hours in less than 10 minutes, which was a little bit annoying. Andrew, on the other hand, was trying it long. He tried it to the long side and stopped out, and tried it to the long side and stopped out. And I realized that that's a mess. This is not something that I want to get myself into. I saw the big order on Atlas at 520, which is why I wanted to short it all the way down here. But it didn't work out. No regrets. Starbucks was A+. Look at these guys. It just doesn't get any better. A, B, C, D, range, fake breakdown. And that's what I did. After a fake breakdown, I usually do not enter. At the break of the range, I enter within the range, in the middle of it, putting my stop loss at the low of it. That was my initial position. As the price broke the range, which is this, I added to my position, and I rode it using Atlas all the way to the upside. So it was a good day. This made me 7 hours. I lost 2 hours on MU, overall 5 hours for the day. Been on a green streak, a good one, and I think it's going to be done tomorrow or after. I don't know how it is for you, Kyle. But for me, if I have 3-4 green days in a row, I know red day is coming sooner or later. So that's when I'm like, okay, it's gonna happen now. It's gonna happen now.
But sometimes just take a day off or just trade in a simulator for the day.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. There was one of the people I knew back in time, and he was like, "Hey man, if I have 3-4 green days in a row, I switch to simulator until I have my 1 or 2 red days. Or if I have 1 or 2 days red days in simulator, I switch back to trading live, and it kind of refreshes it, which makes sense, right? Because we know that trading is a game of probabilities. You could have a few winners in a row, followed by a few losers, and you just try to get these numbers in your favor.
You just have to time it properly, right?
It's about the timing, yeah. But you know the roulette game in casino,
Oh yeah.
black and red. So usually when I go to the casino, I don't go there always, but once a year, maybe just for fun, with my wife. We do it, and I always bet on black after, and it's simple strategy. I think everybody does that. When it hits 5 in a row, I just go for black and I keep doubling it.
Yeah.
But there was a time it hit like 11 blacks in a row, and I was like, okay, it's not the best strategy for an everyday life or to make an income, but it was really interesting. And it's the same thing with trading. You could have 11 winners in a row and then regret it while you are in simulator waiting for that red day.
Yeah. And you got to put a little bit on zero just in case.
That too. And you know that, guys, the thing is, you might think that 11 blacks or reds in a row is almost impossible to have, but remember this, it's always 50%. If it's black, what is the chance that the next one is going to be red or black? 50%. And after that, what's the chances that it's going to be red or black? 50%. I mean, it's less than 50 because of the green, we know that. But I mean, what I want to tell you is that eventually it's only 50%. So there is no guarantee that you're not going to have 5, 10, 15, or even 20 blacks or reds in a row.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. Um,
So
let's
why did you have
see.
Starbucks on your watch list today?
Good question. So they had good earnings yesterday after hours. I usually do not trade stocks that had earnings or news or anything like that the very next day because it's really volatile. Uh, I did not put it on my watch list. One of the members recommended Starbucks and I opened it and I like the hourly chart. For me, best opinion range breakout setups are those open range breakouts where during the pre-market it does nothing, where during the pre-market it just consolidates. It's kind of getting ready to explode. So consolidation after hours, consolidation pre-market, sometimes consolidation after the market open, and then we get the explosion. That's what I love. I do not love playing opinion range breakouts on stocks that already made a big move to the upside or a big move to the downside because they need a pullback before the continuation. And sometimes the market opens, you could play the continuation to the downside, make some money, and then it makes that crazy pullback, which ends up being choppy. That's why probably Starbucks was one of the best for today. I watched Hood and I saw a few people yeah, keeping an eye on it, but the main reason I did not like Hood is this hourly chart. It was already oversold. It was not consolidating. It was selling off during the whole pre-market. And the question is, how far is it going to sell off before it makes the pullback? And this is why at the open, it did not instantly sell off. It first pulled back, it chopped around, it took some rest to recover this huge sell off that it did during the pre-market before eventually selling off. It was clear that it was short, but the question was when is it going to be short? How long is it going to take it before it sets up for a short? So, guys, I'm not going to take a lot of time speaking around here. Kyle is a new moderator at Bearable Traders. He has a new trading style, so shoot him with questions. Let it be a get to know him session. And then we're going to be getting back to our old usual routine starting tomorrow. So there is a question for you, Kyle. When did you start trading?
Yeah, I started trading about 3 years ago. I was in restaurants before that for about 10 years, and then COVID happened. So I actually found Andrew's book. I got it right here. If you don't have it, make sure to get yourself a coffee. And Eamon just published a book too. But yeah, I've been in for about 3 years. I was in before the funded account was available. So I put my own money into a brokerage account and I blew through about 15,000. I'm in Canada, so we don't have the PDT rule. So I was able to trade with a little bit less entry fee. But yeah, I mean everyone kind of pays your tuition, right? Eventually you pick a strategy, you build a trade book, and you build confidence just with screen time, right? And Tyra in the chat here, I use the replay simulator inside trading terminal. Just you need to get screen time, and that's the biggest thing to build your confidence and to build your trade book, right? And once you do that, you start to build a little bit of intuition for your trades. Like you get a feel for when things are happening and when things are going to go your way. But yeah, so this is year 3 for me. Do I use a hard
You're actually
stop?
doing really good. For 3 years, you're doing really good, to be honest.
Oh,
It
thank
took
you.
me 3 years to find consistency. I mean,
Yeah, so let me see. Can you explain your trading strategy? So for me, my bread and butter is 5 minute opening range breakouts. Sometimes if market atlas is really bearish, I'll take a small share size on a 1 minute opening range breakout with a quick stop out. If you go to my trade today, like I don't use hard stops, which is something that I'm working on doing because I do hold my losers a bit too long, and I am still working on that. Um, but
yeah, that's
for
what I wanted to ask you. Like here,
yeah,
I was a bit curious when you added, what was exactly your stop loss on this short around here? Because it
so
spiked a
that
bit.
that's when
Mhm.
trading terminal actually went down there. So I couldn't get
Mhm.
out. And I know a
Oh,
few
so that was actually a good thing.
it was a great thing for me. That's kind of when I signed on here. It worked
Mhm.
out really well for me because I couldn't get out. And then so when I got back in, I was up about 2 or 3 hours. So it actually worked out really good for me. But do not do that. You know, Um, for me, I usually risk around 30 cents, and it kind of depends on where it is. But yeah, see, same as me. I'm in a restaurant and trading. What's your strategy? Yeah, so I do a 5 minute opening range breakout, break and retest, or a parabolic reversal, or just a reversal. Usually after there's a really big move, you can catch a bottom. Like if you look on Hood today, it couldn't break through. I think it was 71. There's a really tough area around there. As it came all the way back down, you can catch a move for like 30 to 40 cents. You can scalp quickly coming back up, but you want to get in and out. Exactly there. Yeah. At the 10:30 candle, there was
Yeah, I
four
see.
red, yeah, bars in a row.
Mhm.
So that would be a good time. Like I would probably scalp up just to get back up towards exactly that. That would be like a good trade for me. So you get in, get out. Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of similar to a strategy that I trade, the parabolic reversals. It has a similar concept, but I do this concept more on a 5 minute chart than the 1 minute chart. I look for 3 to 4 5 minute candlesticks in a row, really big move. Then I try to time my entry using the 1 minute chart to
Mhm.
scalp the pullback. Basically, not a full reversal because it's highly unlikely to get a full reversal on a stock that's really weak or really strong. But you
Yeah.
basically go for a smaller moment pop up. And guys, the 3 to 4 candlesticks, you see, Kyle is and I haven't discussed trade books together forever, but this is also something that he's noticed. 3 4 candlesticks in a row, then what happens? You can expect a pullback. And this is also one of the rules that we discuss almost every day here on YouTube, the 3 candlestick rule. If you get something overstretched, 3 to 4, you can expect a snapback. Whether you are scalping using the 1 minute chart or maybe trend trading using the hourly chart or the 30 minute chart. What is your risk management strategy? Did you answer that question? I think you mentioned that you're risking somewhere around 30 cents, but maybe any
Yeah, I
more
mean, it
detail?
depends
Mhm.
on your stock selection and what you have on your watch list. But for me, like my equalized risk hotkey is $125. So for me, trading the funded accounts, um, it's 12,500, right? So you don't want to risk more than 1% of your account, especially when you're starting out um, in a funded account because you only get a $2,000 drawdown. So if you over leverage yourself, you'll blow the account right away. So for me personally, when I start the funded account, I do 0.5%. And inside the funded account, you can select $50 to risk, and then it'll automatically do your shares for you. And that's what I really love about the funded account is it takes away that stress of worrying about how many shares you need to have because you're just doing the equalized risk. So that's a really good feature. I love the funded account. Like I'm in my third one right now, and I've got the two payouts, and I'm going to do the third one. So it's been really good. And if you don't have the capital to get started, I definitely recommend going inside of Trading Terminal and signing up for that. Market Atlas has been a game changer for me, honestly. Like you watch Andrew trade, you watch Eamon trade. Like he's got his Market Atlas up. Like it usually goes towards those. It's not a guarantee, but like Andrew says, market atlas never lies, right? You still have to manage your trades, right? When you're doing it. So it's not a guarantee, but it's a high probability that it's going to go there.
Yeah, it's combination basically of market atlas and your strategy. You're not playing it long simply because there is a big order up there or short because there is a big order down there. Kyle has a strategy, 5 15 minute open range breakouts, retest plus confirmed with market atlas. That gives you an edge. Market
Exactly.
Atlas on its own is not an edge. The strategy on its own is not an edge. A combination of multiple things together is your edge. So
Yeah.
let's take a look at a few of the stocks that you guys are asking some questions about, and we will continue and Carl will continue answering your questions or anything you have for him. So someone asked about CRWV. What do we think about CRWV? I'll be honest with you, I'm not really sure. This thing looks more rangy on the hourly chart. In fact, we have two ranges. There is one major range here and another range down here. And what's happening right now is that we're just flipping from one range to another. I do not like it for a long at this stage because it's already overstretched. I do not like it for a short because levels are zones, not exact areas to the penny. It doesn't mean that since we reached it, it's going to drop. It needs a setup. Another thing is that it already reversed. And when we play reversals, the target is usually view up. And we were already close enough to view up. So CRWV for me is not something that I would personally be looking for a trade on. Kyle, what about you?
Oh, sorry,
Is
I was
that
just
something that you trade?
CRW right now.
Yeah, is that something that you enjoy? I mean, personally, like I said, it's not something that I would usually trade. It's sitting in nowhere area.
No,
Yeah.
I've never actually traded that. I trade a lot of semiconductors right now because that seems to be a really hot area. RGTI, SMCI, like Hood's been really good. I've been trading Hood the last 3 or 4 days. Intel, I had a really good week on Intel last week, but I've never actually traded CRWV.
Makes sense. Well, let's see. Someone asked about RDAC. RDAC. Is this low float, guys? I've never traded this thing. I have it seems to be halted also. Yeah, it's also halted. Guys, I'd be careful trading these type of stocks. You see, the thing about low floats is that you can make a lot of money on them, and at the same time you can make lose a lot of money on them. Now,
Mhm.
think about it this way: market just got opened at 60, or these candlestick opened at $16, dumped to $15, literally in one single minute, and now it's halted. What's going to happen after this? It could gap down, it could gap up, and the risk is not manageable because it's not up to you where you are going to get stopped out. It's up to where the halt is going to be lifted. So careful about trading these things. Visa. Mango is asking about Visa. Like he wants Visa so much. He asked it 4 times, so let me take a look at it. Mango. First of all, Visa gapped up on probably really good earnings, but be careful trading stocks on the first day after the news. It's totally random. It's indecisive, and you can tell that based on the daily chart. You see how it's sitting, where it's sitting at right now? Doji. Because the whole move happened after the earnings. And if you were long in a stock and the next day you wake up and it's up 15, 20%, what would you do? You'd be locking in some profit. Some people would be having some FOMO and they want to jump in for a continuation, which is not the smartest idea. So daily wise, I don't see any trend. 60-minute wise, the 3 candlestick rule, 1, 2, 3. It's already overstretched, so this thing needs to pull back before the continuation. But on stocks that just had news or had earnings, I'm not going for reversal plays because they could just simply chop for the whole day. Is it good for a long? No, the move already happened. Is it good for a short? Probably not. Do you want to trade it? I mean, there are a lot of other stocks that you can actually trade. That's what I think about it. If you're asking me more long or short, I mean, only by looking at the 5-minute chart, I'm slightly more long biased. It's a mini range on the 5-minute chart, holding the low of the range. There is room all the way to 388.75, maybe 339.50-ish. You can scalp it all the way up here, but not something that I would trade or touch.
Adrian, do you usually trade around this time, or you usually completed your day?
I am done, but if I find something interesting, I could trade it. I have this rule, I think I talked about it yesterday.
Mhm.
If my last trade is a winner, I allow myself one more shot. It's like playing the Russian roulette. You
Right.
just if you survive, you do another round. If you survive, you do another round until you shoot yourself in the leg. So if I find a good opportunity, I'm probably going to pull the trigger. Yesterday, guys, when we were on YouTube, we were talking about NVDA when we were live here with Peter. I don't know how Peter did, by the way, on NVIDIA because he promised that he's going to mention and tell us how he did. Anyway, we did talk about NVIDIA, and I told you yesterday that I would be shorting NVIDIA if it fake breaks above the 5-minute range and recovers. And that's exactly what I did. So it took a long time for it to set up. We were watching it during the whole pre-market show, and the entry triggered at 12:30. And it failed. So it's literally watching a stock for an hour and 45 minutes only to lose some money on it eventually. These are afternoon trades. I'm not saying that they're bad. We did take some trades during the afternoon, which worked out nicely. RKLB on the 24th of April that we traded, and that worked out. I think there was another trade that we've taken. Yes, there it is. Apple for a long, which also worked out nicely. So sometimes they work nicely, but they take so long to form. That's annoying.
Oh, you're internal.
I think you yesterday made some money also on, was it Hood also?
Yeah, I had a really good day on Hood yesterday as well.
Yeah, you traded it yesterday. Do you usually trade this during this time of the day?
Um, yeah, like you say, I'm taking a little stab here actually. I'm gonna go. It's funny you say that. I got in at 71.25 here. So I'm gonna target, I think that's a 200 SMA, just above, what is that? Under $72 here. We'll see what happens.
Well, good luck with that one. So Kyle
Thanks.
is long now on Hood and he's targeting $72 area, which is sitting somewhere around here. So we'll see what's going to happen later.
See what
Doesn't
happens.
look the worst. Good luck with that one. Someone is asking, Eamon, why did you play Starbucks on the third 1 minute candlestick? I agree with you. My first entry was not ideal because it was on the third 1 minute candlestick. That's one, that's two, that's three. And I'm telling you, do not go on three because after three, what could happen? A pullback, and you might not survive the pullback. So what did I do around here to survive the pullback? I decided to have a wider stop loss, low of two. If you play a stock on the third candlestick, fourth, or fifth, or whatever it is, your stop loss should never be tighter than the low of two. Because pullback could go all the way down to the low of two, or maybe somewhere above it. And my stop loss obviously was really wide, and with this stop loss, this move would not have even made me 1R. The reason I played it on the third candlestick, because one, the 1 minute candlesticks were not so big, they were average, and I'm okay with that. Second thing, we had a fake breakdown, and I knew that I can also add to my position at the break of the range, moving my stop loss. So the main reason I played it on the third candlestick is to make sure that my average is going to stay low. Played it with a wide stop loss, then look what happens, pullback. After the pullback, we expect continuation. Now I added around here, and after the add, this add, I moved my stop loss from the low of 2 to the low of the pullback. Finally, the count is reset. That's 1, that's 2. So I added to my position and I moved my stop loss to the low of 2. And that was basically it. Hope that answers your question. So Visa, what's it doing? Nothing interesting. PLTR already reversed.
Intel had a really great day today. Wow.
Yeah, I see the Intel at $93.
Holy.
That's crazy. Can you guys imagine that this thing was sitting at $19 just a year ago? Less than a year ago. It's up for over 400%. I mean, it's going to be 500% soon. And we did mention this. This thing is headed to 100. With the earnings that they had and the numbers, they literally beat everything by a lot. Can you imagine that a company is expecting to make 0.01 and then they make 0.26? That's 26 times more than they wanted to make. These are huge numbers. So 100, it's going to be hit probably. It's too late to jump into it for a swing, but realistic.
Wow. What a move. Yeah.
I'm just looking at this weekend. I'm like, what the hell why did I exit on it? I played Intel for a swing trade, I think either 1 year ago or 2 years ago, and I just exited at 50% profit. And now looking at what I made on it and what happened, just it is what it is. Today is going to be an interesting day, guys. For those who are not aware of it, we are going to be having earnings on Meta, Amazon, Microsoft. I mean, like literally, I think Apple today or Apple tomorrow. Remind me with these guys. Let me just double check.
No, the 10 point.
We have big and enormous earnings today. Yeah, Amazon, Google, Meta, and Microsoft. That's 20% of the S&P volume. And
That's all
they
correct.
all are going, yeah, four of them, and they consist or they take 20% of S&P's volume. Can you imagine that? And all of them are reporting after the close. So the moves are going to be crazy.
Yeah.
I'm waiting
Tomorrow
for
will be
that.
a great day as well.
Tomorrow is a
Every
great
day
day
is
as
a great day
well.
in this market, honestly. With proper
I mean,
respect.
I mean, I'm not with Trump. I'm not against him. But since he came back, since he became president, he gave a lot of volatility with the market. I mean, there is a lot of manipulation, tariffs in, tariffs off, war in, war off. Uh, a lot of manipulation, but it's a lot of liquidity to the market, and that's what you love as a day trader: volatility and liquidity. Uh, Probably it was a nightmare for some people looking at their retirement accounts on April last year when everything just dumped. But as a day trader, you don't really need to worry about these things. You get in, you lock in your profits, you sleep like a baby, not having any open positions overnight.
No. Well,
Pimpara is saying my long-term portfolio is either going to hurt real bad or feeling good tomorrow. That's true, but overall, remember this: market only goes up, and that's true, right? Overall, if you take a look at the SPY for the last few decades, it's only going up.
can you look at, Eamon, do you want to pull up SNDK? I'll have a look at it.
SNDK, let's pull this SNDK. There it
Consolidating,
is.
we'll go break upside. Let's see.
What do you think about SNDK?
I just got a comment here. How do you gauge the level it can go if it breaks upside since Atlas isn't showing anything significant? I think just go to a higher time frame, right? And just try and find a level, a target of some liquidity you can try to get to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Remember that Atlas, we've been trading without Atlas for years, right? Atlas is just a new tool that helps you with the trading, but it's not the only thing that helps you identify targets. Now, one thing that you always need to check and take my word for it is the average true range, the daily average true range. That's a must. Do not ignore it. The average true range tells you the average size of the daily candlestick. And the average true range on SMDK is around $65. So it would either be less, slightly more, but it's going to be around $65. You're not going to have a $65 ATR and see it making $130 or $200 every single day. It's not going to happen. There will be one day where it makes 100 instead of 65, one day where it makes 130 instead of 65, but on average, it's going to be around 65. Now, since SNDK has $65 ATR, check how far did it run today. It went from 1,000 to 92. How much is that? That's over the ATR. That's 50% over the average true range. What does that tell you? That you do not want to go for a trade on it. Probably you do not want to even target the break of the high of the day on it. If you are going to end up trading SNDK, it needs to be intraday levels. And if I were to play it, I would just be putting a level, for example, somewhere around 95, 99, and the high of the day, which is 103. Entry needs to be as close as possible to the support. You want to avoid the middle because that's not going to give you a good risk to reward ratio. Entry as close as possible to the low. Why is that? Because statistically, every time we reach the low, we bounce. 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 And that could keep happening until it fails. But it happens more than it fails. Long, target the middle. Even if SNDK had an order at 105, for example, or 110, I would probably ignore it. Because these are targets that are past the ATR. I usually keep an eye on Atlas around the ATR value. It's like looking for daily levels. If you had to draw levels on SNDK, where will you draw levels on the daily chart? There is something at 971, there is something at 883, there is something at 780, and there is something at 677. But are these levels really important? The one that I marked? They are impossible to reach because of the average true range. I see that the average true range is $65. So I need to find levels maybe $80 above the current price and $80 below the current price. That's the stretch. That's the maximum you need.
So you always check your average true range. You do that on the 30-minute candle, right? In the morning?
I do it on the daily. Because that tells us how far the stock can run intraday. So if, for example, we take a look at Apple and we check the average true range on Apple, we see that Apple has around $5.5 average true range. So what do? I check what is the lowest point for today, previous day close or the low of the day. The low of the day is 267 plus 5.5, that's 272.50-ish. So the maximum area based on the ATR is 272.50-ish. Now to the downside, what is the maximum we can reach today? From the high of the day or the previous day close, whichever is higher. Obviously, the previous day close is above the high of the day, so we start from the previous day close. Why? It's how the ATR works. The ATR is calculated from the low of the day or previous day close, or from the high of the day or the previous day close. That's the formula. So 270 minus 5.5, that would be 264.50-ish. So That's basically the intraday range that you can start looking at. Highest area 272.50-ish, lowest area 264.50-ish, and we are sitting somewhere in the middle. That tells us that there is still a lot hidden in Apple. There is still a big move that it can offer us today, either to the upside or to the downside. Now remember that we do not always get the full ATR move. Sometimes we make smaller than the ATR. That's why I usually go for around 70 to 80% of the average true range, just so that they do not stretch it out. 70% of or 80% of 5.5 is around $4, which is 271. To the downside, approximately 266. And now I look for levels. I look for levels within the ATR value. And yes, I do that on the 30-minute chart or on the hourly chart. We have something at around 270. We have something interesting around 270. We have a level around 268 something. And we have a level at 267, good level at 266. And a good level approximately at 271. So there it is. Those are our levels that we have intraday. Now we just simply start building the bias. Without bias, there is no trade for me. So I need to understand, are we more long biased or are we more short biased? Weekly speaks for itself. It's a long. Daily is in a range, and when we're sitting in a range, anything can happen, a long or a short. 60-minute chart looks more 50-50 to be honest. Yeah, it's like literally 50-50, nothing on the hourly chart. 15-minute chart, more of a long than a short, especially with this week down here, which is a fake breakdown. So if you want to play Apple to the long side, that would be a good entry around here. And your target, 269.75, intraday level, 270, which is the 30-minute level. And if you want to hold for longer, you can do it. Now we check finally, we check the Atlas for a final confirmation. And what does Atlas tell us? More long than short, right? I mean, it's 50-50. But looking at this, it's definitely more long. More long all the way to the ATR level, 272.80-ish approximately, which is not bad actually. That's basically it, guys. So you see, not a bad long overall. It's more long. It's within the ATR value. There is a lot of room left to the upside. It gives us a good setup. It gave us a good fake breakdown. That's it.
Amazing.
Do you consider pre-market high and low? Do you do that, Kyle?
I do. Yeah, it's on my charts, absolutely. I think you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't. I believe you use them as well, don't you?
Yeah, I do definitely. Really
Yeah.
important levels. At least telling me where I can target, what I can target if they're far, or what I can add from if they break. For example, my ad today on Starbucks, it was off a pre-market level. You see this, guys? Pretty much obvious level. That was held so many times. The moment we cleared it, I added to my position. Used it. Pre-market level around here that I was a little bit worried about. I locked in some profits. And after that, it was just Atlas.
Yeah, I have pre-market high, pre-market low, yesterday's open, yesterday's close. I think those levels are magic, right? Like Andrew always says that. Those levels are magic.
Yeah, yesterday's high, yesterday's low, 2 days ago high, 2 days ago low are really important levels. Oh my God, this thing keeps running and I exit just all out. It's okay. So yesterday's high, yesterday's low, 2 days ago high, 2 days ago low are magic because they're recent levels and market respects recent events and recent levels. If I had to play off a bounce from 5 days or 6 days ago or from yesterday's high or yesterday's low, I would prioritize yesterday's high or yesterday's low. And same thing, guys, on the weekly chart. Mark last week's high, last week's low, 2 weeks ago high, 2 weeks ago low. These levels are also respected nicely. Let's check, for example, Apple, if we are sitting around there. Yeah, let me remove all the levels and see actually if this did something. This is 2 weeks ago high. This is 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, what last week's low is not a bad one. Then you go to the daily chart and you see, guys, this. You see how it's like literally from 2 weeks ago, low bouncing, right? How these levels are respected kind of to the penny, right? So these levels are magic, recent levels.
Can you pull up MU? I've got a question here.
MU. There we go.
What is going to happen? I mean, it's hard. What is going to happen? I mean, we can't really tell you. Just look at the price action, right? What's your question, Alyssa, about MU? Can you please tell me how to read AMD's current price action?
Yeah, I'll get back to AMD in a second. So MU. Always try to develop a bias. Always ask yourself this: more long or more short? That will help you organize or at least put all the pieces together. Looking at MU, and again, prioritize the recent data. Obviously, we have strong level up here. We have a strong level down here. We have a good level around here. This level, we're far away from it. This level, we're far away from it. This is level, we're far away from it. That's the first thing. We're away from levels, that's good. You can use them as targets. Second thing, more long or more short, go for the recent data. Big move to the upside, pull back, hammer on the previous candlestick. More long. It doesn't mean that this is going to happen, but try to build an idea. More long. Finally, Atlas. More long or more short? Let's see. More long, a lot of orders or more orders stacked to the upside. All right, that's not a bad thing. So pattern-wise, more long. Atlas-wise, more long. Finally, intraday-wise, there is a range around here. And you see, I mean, you asked this question 20 minutes later, but if you came like ask it like 15 or 10 minutes earlier, that would have been a good one for a long, because we already are biased to the long side based on the hourly chart. We're long biased based on Atlas, and we would have been sitting closer to the low. And I just mentioned this 10 minutes ago. Statistically, what happens at the low? Bounce. At the low, bounce. And at the low, what could happen? A bounce. I mean, eventually it's going to fail, but it works more than fails, right? What would be your target? First, VWAP, next 525. Your question is, will it hit 530? You are rushing things. 530 for now is out of the game. For now, this is the target. This is what you want to where you want to partial, and then you want to see how it's going to behave around this high of the range. If it's going to flag at the high of the range, you can expect a break of the range and a second leg to the upside. If it's just simply going to reject it and drop similar to what it did around here and around here, then we still don't know. We need to take it step by step.
For those that, for those out, I'm still in hood. It's consolidating a lot here, so I'll probably get out under 71. There's a few people asking. Yeah, I'm just very small share size. I was trying to get the break back up to VWAP, but there's no real momentum. The SPY and the Q are also kind of just chopping around, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, during this time of the day, setups take so long. And I mean, it could just unexpectedly make a fake breakdown, recover, and then just hit your target.
Yeah.
In a matter of 10 to 15 minutes. But it takes long. It still did not fail. There is no reason to bail out of this trade.
No.
And as long as there is no reason to bail, you just hold, right?
We'll hold it for a little bit here.
It makes total sense.
I am in Kyle. Has Kyle shared his trading journey? I kind of did earlier, but yeah, I've been trading about 3 years. I blew up my own account. It was about 15,000 Canadian dollars. Paid my tuition that way, and then Andrew and the team rolled out the funded accounts, and I've been doing funded accounts for about a year now. So I've completed 2 of them. I'm in my 3rd right now, and so I use that money from the payout to go back into Interactive Brokers and start trading small size on that. So I mean, yeah, Bearable Traders have been really good to me. The whole community is just full of awesome people, full transparency on everything, and the funded account is definitely the way to go if you don't have a lot of capital to get started. It's still $2.99. I think Angie's going to raise the price up a little bit, so jump on that before he does that. But it's definitely worth it. Like for $300 to get exposed to this community, Market Atlas, it's definitely worth your time if you want to take this seriously. Bearable Traders they've been really good to me, and even with a little hiccup today on the funded account, that has happened in the past, and the team on the back end is really good at making things right. So if you did have any issues on that, there's a support tab. You can email them, and they'll help you out for sure.
And now Andrew is just sick of paying Kyle, so he just decided to hire him so that he doesn't do any more funded accounts. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Kyle got already paid out a couple times, so he made all his losses back, and now he has saved enough to trade with his own money. And guys, remember the funded account. I always say this: even if you have money, trade with a funded account. Put your money for something easier to trade, especially when you're just starting. Longer term trading, investing on stocks that are really good. At least like investing in the SPY or the Qs after it drops, on Apple after it drops, like well-known stocks. If they drop 30, 40%, buy it, hold it, learn to trade in simulator, then do a funded account. You literally have $2,000 to lose in a funded account by paying only $299. Isn't it good to be allowed to lose $2,000 only by putting $299? This is actually amazing. If you lose $2,000 in your own account, you lose $2,000. If you lose $299 on a funded account, sorry, if you lose $2,000 in funded an account, then you lost only $299, which is a good deal, a really good deal, especially when you're just starting. And also there is the psychological part to it. In a way, you're trading money that you can cash out, but on the other hand, it's not your money, so it's not exactly too much to risk. It's similar to paying Dash Trader monthly subscription, but if you pay Dash Trader monthly subscription, it's only simulator. But if you pay trading terminal, it's money that you can cash out. You reinvest it there.
Was there some news right now? Look at the candle on the SPY there. The volume went up to about 240,000 shares.
That's actually interesting. I have no idea. I think if there was some news, it would have had some follow through because we had similar volume an hour ago.
Wow.
Right, like not big candlesticks around here, but still big volume. Sometimes algorithms, especially those that are scanning for news, they pick up something and they jump in and it ends up being nothing. But look at this. I mean, I can see we're having another big candlestick. Still nothing. We'll see what's going to happen. But it doesn't look like news.
No news.
To me. I could be wrong. Maybe there is. JD is asking, Ayman, could you please show how to put stop loss in trading terminal once I have bought the shares or even before putting the order? I just did. Okay, so let me open trading terminal simulator. Can you guys see my screen?
I got stopped out as well. Just
you got stopped out of hood?
Yeah.
It's probably this market dumping that put you out.
Okay.
It happens. Now, so how do we use stop losses on trading terminal? It's pretty much easy and easy to use platform. First of all, if you click tutorial here, you will see me giving you a good explanation around here, how to use it, use the hotkeys, etc. I mean, that's the first thing. But to answer your question, it's pretty much straightforward. Market order, limit order, stop loss. To get in, you put a market order, hit the buy button, and there it is. I am long Microsoft right now. If you want to get stopped out, you hit just the sell button instantly. If you want to put a stop loss, you choose the change the row to stop, put the price 423, for example, and hit the sell. And it will place a stop loss market order at around 423. There it is. You see Microsoft sell stop loss 423. If it reaches it, you are going to get stopped out. Close position. If you close it, remember that you might want to also cancel your stop loss. Oh, it gets canceled automatically. That wasn't the case back in time. Now, this is where all the magic happens. Fixed risk. Let's say that you do not want to lose more than $150 per trade. You type 150, click on the button. You see now it's green. You choose where you want your stop loss to be. For example, I want it to be at 423. It tells me that to risk $150, you can buy 194 shares. You see how this changes? It changes real time because the price moves right now. So that the risk is not more than 150. Then you hit the buy button. It will get you filled with whatever shares it thinks is the accurate value. And it will place a stop loss at 423. There it is. Remember one thing. If you lock in some profits, for example, 25 shares sell. Sorry, market. Okay, these are some bugs. Sometimes you have to switch back and forth. So if you sell 25 shares, for example, you will need to readjust your stop loss. Stop loss, amount of shares, price, and put the stop loss again. So it's pretty much straightforward platform, to be honest. There is nothing much complicated about it. You can try it in simulator before you go to funded. If you buy a funded account, you get access to simulator. In fact, if you subscribe to trading terminal, you get access to simulator instantly. So you can switch back and forth. By the way, nice area for a long. Statistically, like I told you, what happens? Bounce, bounce, bounce. But you're right, Kyle. It seems like there are some news. But
Tell
this
me
is a
about
good area for a long. This looks like a good area for a long. Scalping it to 710 20-ish, then 710 40-ish. That's what we call a risk-free trade. Again, because statistically what happens every time we reach a level, we bounce from it until we eventually break.
Do you look for those 3-bar plays often, like the 3 red candles, and then look for a bounce from that?
I do that in a bit of a broader picture. 3 hourly candlesticks with a reversal setup on the 5-minute chart with an entry on the 1-minute chart so that my stop loss is really low based on the 1-minute chart and my target is really big based on the hourly chart. This is how I can squeeze 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. I can do the exact same thing on the 1-minute chart, but if I do it on the 1-minute chart, it's going to be 1-to-1. 1.5 to 1, which is not something that I'm usually going for. So start with the higher time frames, set up on a 5, entry on the 1, and then target on the hourly.
I love that.
This was the way I managed to help myself to fix that issue of over trading. Trading only of smaller time frames caused me to get in and out so much, many trades a day. Focusing on the hourly chart and the daily chart helped me focus on trading less setups because it takes hours for a setup to form, or maybe pre-market. So it's 1-2 trades and I'm usually done.
I think a lot of that depends on your personality as well, right? Like,
True.
Andrew, I think, really enjoys the scalping. It fits his personality well. So everyone kind of does it differently, I suppose.
And there is no wrong way.
There's
All
no
of these ways are working. You just
way.
choose whatever works for you. Exactly.
Yeah. I got
So
stopped out right before this sunk. So I got stopped out at 71 and it dropped all the way to 70.5. So I did have a hard stop on this one, just for the record.
I usually put hard stops if I have to leave my station. Oh, there they are. These are the news. Thank you, Diviento. DGT said that he will continue to block the Strait of Hormuz. I mean, wait.
Okay.
He will? Isn't Iran blocking it for him?
Dive into, okay. Sorry?
I said Iran is already doing that for him. But there, you see, guys, this is the scalp that we were talking about. It's probably going to go now to 7-10, maybe even 7-40. And remember this: you play just the stats. You play the edge. Statistically, what we get is a bounce, so you play the bounce and you go for a scalp. This is something that we see now on the 1-minute chart. There it is. You see, we called it literally on a new 1-minute high, somewhere around 709.60-ish. So it's exact same trading style that I usually do on the hourly chart and on the 5-minute chart, but here it's happening on the 1-minute chart. But on the 1-minute chart, it's giving me less risk to reward ratio, which is why I want to ignore it. I prefer to see the exact same thing on the hourly chart with the setup on the 5 and then entry on the 1, just to make sure that one single winner compensates for 4 losers. Anyway, guys, we are coming to the end of the hour right now. I have to be at Bear Bull Traders every day here. Kyle and I will be at 11 a.m. Eastern. Thank you, everyone, for hanging around with us. Thank you, Kyle, for joining.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Even have a good rest of your day.
You too, Kyle. See you guys.
Bye-bye.